JR9, Carlos. How fitting, the first two bitches I see up in this motherfucker, my tried and trues. What up, everybody? We got a little bit of time to talk, trust me. I want to go over these drafts last night real quick. Let's just get this out of the way. The list. 12 names apiece. Raw, SmackDown. 12 names apiece. So I want to go over this list, and then we're going to talk about how fucking stupid this is. Not my opinion. We're just going to talk about how actually stupid it is. If I can get this fucking coffee open, that'd be fucking great. Yeah, they sealed this like fucking Fort Knox. Regular Dunkin', I made sure there's no fucking Girl Scout cookie flavors or none of that shit. Let's take a swig, and then we're going to get into this this draft. There was draft parties last night, guys. Draft parties all over New York. Peter Rosenberg was doing one. Somebody I listened to on the radio on the Michael K show, Don LaGreca. His brother does a podcast, I believe, with Bubba. He was doing a party. All these parties, treating it like it's an NFL draft or a real sports draft. What were they thinking was going to fucking happen last night? I would love to know what they honestly thought was going to fucking happen. Some cool shit. Some amazing wow drafts. Oh, you got wow. You got fucking Dan Stevenson. Or Billy Stevenson. Or fucking Carl Stevenson. What the fuck is this dude's name? Jebediah Stevenson, we'll call him. How's that? Byron Saxton doesn't even know his name. He actually called him Stevenson with an N. So Stevenson. You can't make this shit up. Gable. Thank you, JR9. Gable Stevenson. The commentators don't even know this motherfucker. I think he was like a real Olympian. And he won like maybe amateur wrestling, maybe. I don't fucking know. I'm not seeing superstar in this kid. I'm hoping I'm wrong, man. But if they think he's going to be the next Kurt Angle or Brock Lesnar, I don't understand. And they even had this dude at home with his fucking parents, like he just got the phone call that he's been drafted, like they do in real sports. I mean, this thing was just fucking, bro, I can't even tell you. Yeah. Gable Stevenson is his name. So he won gold medal. Wow, let's give him a draft. One of 12 motherfuckers. Meanwhile, other people can't even get on the show. Whatever, man. Basically, that's how you make new stars, bro. So listen to these lists. Ow. Monday Night Raw gets Becky Lynch as the first round draft pick of this show. Becky Lynch. Obviously, if Charlie was sent over to SmackDown, then obviously the fucking Becky's going to Raw. And what are you going to do with the title? Don't even get me started on the fucking titles. Sasha better be getting this title at Crown Jewel. And then you think of something wild with Charlie, because that's what the predicament we're in. Otherwise, you're doing this weird title flip, and we can't stand that, because that's telling your audience straight out. We already know this, but that's telling your audience, we didn't think this out. We're just going to swap them. Becky Lynch over on Raw. Bobby Lashley remains on Raw. Seth Rollins comes over to Raw, and get this. Fucking, didn't Edge just get drafted over on SmackDown? I could have sworn Edge is already on Raw from Friday's draft. So this is this huge feud. This is supposed to be a shakeup. And I believe Edge already got sent over to Raw, and now Rollins is being sent over because obviously fucking he's Mrs. Lynch, Mr. Lynch. He's Mr. Lynch. So where wifey goes, obviously he's going to be there. So now you have Seth and Edge. Once they culminate this feud once and for all, they're going to be on the same fucking show again. This is not a shakeup. So anyway, Seth Rollins on Raw. Damian Priest is the number 4 pick. So he remains. AJ Styles and Omos. Keep that in mind because I want to discuss that in just a minute. All right. Omos is attached at the hip of Styles. And we saw that a couple of times on Friday with a draft. Somebody went along with them, even though they weren't actually a team or they're just two singles dudes thrown together. I thought the rule in the shake-up draft is that anybody and everybody can go anywhere. Everybody. Teams could be split up. That's what it used to be. Anyway, Styles and Omos somehow become two people, one person in one draft pick. AJ Styles, Omos in the number 5. Kevin Owens, number 6. So either this is just to continue to make him look like a fucking idiot because they don't know if he's going to resign. Is Kevin Owens going to go to AEW or is he going to stay on Monday Night Raw? That's a big question. Owens is number 6 for Monday Night Raw. Raw then picks the Street Profits in at number 7. 2 people, same team, 1 pick. Number 7, Street Profits. Finn Balor, and they're promoting it as 2 people in 1, 2. The Demon and Finn is what they're saying, is in at number 8. Number 9 is Karrion Kross. He goes nowhere. Alexa Bliss goes nowhere, staying at number 10. Carmella is switching over. So I believe, judging by Friday's draft picks, more than half of the women's division on SmackDown is now just moving over to Raw. That doesn't seem like a shakeup to me. Carmella is over. I believe they announced Zelina Vega is moving to Raw after Raw show. So it was like a Raw talk. It's a post show. I think they said Zelina Vega is being moved over to Raw as well with Carmella. And then, of course, Gable Stevenson is now on Raw. Now on SmackDown, the Usos, obviously, they are the fucking champion. The champions for Raw were already chosen for Raw, RK Bro. So you knew the Usos somehow, by hook or crook, they were going to go to SmackDown. We thought there was going to be a storyline. There really wasn't last night. They announced it right at the top of the show almost. And then Paul Heyman is just kind of sweating it out in the back. Like, thank goodness I got that done. So not much of a storyline. The Usos are the number 1 pick for this show for SmackDown. Sasha Banks. Oh, somebody said Zelina was drafted on. Okay, so Zelina was drafted to Raw, though, I believe, correct? Just on Friday. Sasha Banks was in at number 2 as the pick for SmackDown. So Sasha Banks is going to remain on the blue brand. We kind of thought she would be one person to definitely shake it up on Mondays, but they chose to go Bianca. Listen, I'm glad for Sasha. SmackDown is usually a lot better than Raw. Sasha gets to save face. Sasha at number 2. Number 3 is one of those weird things where they said the IC champion Nakamura is your number 3 pick, staying on SmackDown with the IC championship. But Rick Boogs is going with him. So they're not really a tag team. So why is Boogs attached at the hip of Nakamura? It's just so weird to me. And I say this because after the show, they announced that Natty and Tamina are split up. And I believe Natty is going to... Fuck, man. Natty's going to SmackDown, I'm going to say. JR9, try confirm that for me. Tamina is staying on Raw. And they split up Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Nox. And I believe Shotzi is going to go... I'm making this up now with Shotzi and Tegan. I don't know where the fuck they're going. But I do believe... Shotzi is JR9. Shotzi is SmackDown. Tegan Nox is Raw. Natty to SmackDown. Tamina on Raw. So this is what I mean. This isn't just a fan nitpicking, right? If you're new to this channel and you're saying, oh, he's one of those YouTubers that just, in podcasts, that nitpicks, right? He's just going to negatively pick apart the show. No, I'm asking, how does any of this make sense? It doesn't. You're saying that Rick Boogs has to go with Nakamura, even though they're not even a tag team. Rick Boogs just kind of plays into the ring. Omos is attached to AJ Styles. You could say they're a little bit more of a tag team, but why are they're singles competitors? But here you have actual tag teams the last year plus. Tamina and Natty formed one, and they have to split up. And then you have Tegan Nox and Shotzi, not only a tag team, but they are owed a tag team championship match. I mean, it's funny how Vince wants you to forget that. A few months ago, they won a number 1 contenders match to get a tag team title match. And now they're just split up. Now, I know I'm supposed to, when the red light goes on this camera, I'm supposed to forget all of this, right? And I'm just supposed to talk positively. But guys, I'm the bare minimum of common sense and logic is all I'm asking for. I'm literally asking for the bare minimum of shit to make sense. So, like, if you're putting people together in one draft pick, but you're splitting other teams up, then where's, like why not explain why that's being done? There's no rules. This is just anarchy in the company. The company is just making erratic decisions, putting it out there, and hoping that nobody questions it. But that's not what we do on this channel. I have to question this shit, man. I mean, this is just so weird. Tegan Nox and Shotzi are owed a title match. So why split them up? I'm not saying I need to see them fucking coming out on their little mini tank and shooting t-shirts from a cannon. That was going to get old pretty damn quick. It's because they didn't have a storyline for them. Minor injuries kept them off, so then they didn't really know what to do on TV with them. So they kept them off for a few weeks, then drive around in a tank, and then just split them up and make sure, hope that everybody forgets that they have a title match. So this is what I mean, guys, about like the draft didn't make sense. Forget the fact that I felt it was horrible. Nothing really got shook up. You say, oh, Raw got big names, Edge, Seth Rollins. Okay, but we just saw that same feud over in SmackDown. So eventually you're going to get this 13 more times on Raw over the next year. Trust me, this is going to be one of Vince's go-to matches. 13 fucking times. It's going to be like an Owens versus Sami Zayn, you know? At least Zayn and Owens usually fucking or try to deliver. But over the months, they just gotten staler and staler and staler because we've seen it 614 times. So you're going to see Seth Rollins and Edge a million more fucking times. 13 times. I'm calling it right now over the next year. So not only do I feel the draft was fucking poorly done, not executed right at all, but on top of that, it just didn't make sense. So anyway, Nakamura Boogs at number 3. Sheamus was number 4 for SmackDown. Shayna Baszler is moving over to SmackDown at number 5. Xia Li, who I can't wait to see wreck shit up if they give her the chance and the opportunity. You can never count on WWE and Vince McMahon to do that, but SmackDown uses their wrestlers better than Raw. So Xia Li at least landed in a good spot. Viking Raiders in at number 7. They try to make a big deal out of it, but they were jobbers in Raw. So why the fuck do we care about them on SmackDown? Are they going to be used properly now all of a sudden? Is the tag division going to be relevant all of a sudden? Viking Raiders come on over to SmackDown at number 7. Ricochet at number 8. Hey, you've already jobbed the fuck out of Monday Night Raw. Now come over to Friday nights and job the fuck out of everybody there. Humberto and Garza are in at number 9 for SmackDown. Cesaro, who I forgot was even on the roster, sadly, one of the best wrestlers in the world. I forgot he was in WWE. Cesaro's in at number 10 for SmackDown. Ridge Holland, of all the motherfuckers in NXT, of all the motherfuckers you could be bringing up, Ridge Holland is going to be gracing your television sets and taking TV time. Okay. Hey, if you're a huge Ridge Holland fan out there, salute. You're having a fucking blast. Then again, if you're really a Ridge Holland fan, you would want him to stay where he was. You'd have better opportunities, probably. Sami Zayn rounds out the 12 list for SmackDown. Sami Zayn staying on SmackDown. So there you go. There's your lists. That's how it ran down last night. So was these draft parties worth it that Peter Rosenberg and everybody was having? Did you have a lot of fun? Did you giggle? Did you say, whoa, I can't believe this is happening? I can't believe this shakeup has really shook the wrestling world up? Or was this just two fucking idiots at the stage? Was this Triple Threat Thompson, Adam Pearce, and Sonya Deville doing her best Stephanie McMahon impression the whole night? Was it just them announcing random names that nobody gives a fuck about? Because in our minds, they're already on every brand anyway. There is no brand split. The second Vince wants to utilize or pop a rating or try to fucking get something to stick, he's going to have somebody send over Red Rover, send Rollins over, Red Rover, send Roman Reigns over, Bobby Lashley. It doesn't matter. If Vince wants you coming over, there's super shows right now going around the country. These super shows have both brands. There's no brand split when you're touring the country and you're telling people it's all one fucking company anyway. No, this isn't even nitpicking, man. This is serious issues, man. This draft has to go. I hated this even, but I miss this a lot more than what we're getting right now. When they used to fucking have the random generator on the Tron and it would just go through the whole roster and it would just land on somebody. At least that was a little bit more like, oh shit, when is this thing gonna stop? Like a slot machine. You know what I mean? And it would land on fucking Melina or something. You'd be like, Melina's gonna do the splits on fucking Mondays now. All right. I miss that shit a lot more than what we fucking got last night and what we've been getting. Just announcing these fucking names like we're supposed to care where the fuck Ricochet ends up. Like we give a fuck where Viking Raiders end up. I mean, none of this is going to make people care because for years they haven't made these superstars worthy enough for us to care about. It's sad. We know people like Cesaro are the best in the world, but they have made it a point for us to forget about them. Anyway, that's your cold open. Those are your fucking draft picks. Now we can get on to the actual show review. Before I do, hold on, man. You guys are already coming, man. I didn't even get to the review yet, and I already see you guys coming in with those VIPs. Hold on. Let me show some love to my unit up here, man. Weed Whacking Willie with that too. Lawn Mowing Larry retired this morning. Hey, Weed Whacking Willie, I know. I was going to get my coffee very early, 6-something a.m. Everybody was out there giving their little fruit baskets to Lawn Mowing Larry, saying goodbye to him because he's retiring. So BC got out of the car. I went over to Lawn Mowing Larry. He thought I had a nice fruit basket for him. And I said, here's a swift kick in the ass, you dumb fuck. Don't ever wake people up at 4 a.m., you schmuck, or you're going to get whooped. So everybody was giving Lawn Mowing Larry fruit baskets, and BC gave him a boot in his ass. Weed Whacking Willie, thanks for the info, but BC knows. Carlos Ray, 5-spot coffee. BC, that's crazy treating this draft as it's making any significant changes at all. LOL. Carlos, man, not even just did it suck. It didn't make sense. I was hoping that this year it was announced months ago. So I'm thinking, put a little bit of effort into this, right? Like, think this through. They're literally taking feuds from one show and putting the entire feud on another show. They're putting insignificant motherfuckers who they made insignificant on one another show. And then they're keeping people together, but then splitting up actual teams in teams that have a title opportunity. They thought none of this through, or they're so fucking dumb, they need to be removed pronto. Carlos. Dave Mealy, what up, Dave? $4.99. Oh, by the way, Bailey didn't get drafted. Let that sink in. Yeah, I think there's like some injured reserve type shit that they're all free agents, Dave. This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that Asuka is undrafted, Bailey is undrafted, and there's a host of others, man. Brock Lesnar, storyline-wise, obviously stays undrafted. But there were several other wrestlers that are injured that I noticed. On the list, Dave, check this out, Dave Mealy. The Undertaker is announced as a free agent, so they're really selling the this dude don't die gimmick. The Undertaker is still on the roster, and he is declared a free agent. So that tells me you're going to see The Undertaker in the future, bro. Shane McMahon is even on the undrafted list. Shane McMahon is on the free agent list. So a couple of names that I saw that I thought you guys would think is kind of funny. But yeah, those that are injured, a lot of them did not get drafted, like Asuka, for instance, Bailey. So we'll see. And you know they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing with them. And that's the biggest reason they didn't get drafted. They didn't even think this fucking through halfway. Dave, thank you, man. Sheriff Rivers, 5-spot coffee. What up, Sheriff Rivers? They split up Knox and Shotzi without getting them their tag title match. LOL. Yeah, we were just discussing that, Sheriff. I mean, did anybody stop and think, hey, wait, before we split them up, they have to get a title match? Or here's the bigger problem, Sheriff Rivers. I bet you nobody even remembered that when they were at the boardroom table meeting and they were all going over this shit. It all sounded great in their heads. Oh, yeah, let's do this and this. And they're giving themselves pat on the backs. And everybody's fucking eating fucking fresh fruit roll-ups. Everybody's having a blast thinking they're making great content. Creativity at its finest. And then afterwards, everyone's like, well, wait, they can't split up. They have a tag title match coming up. And Vince and everyone's like, oh, fuck. Damn it. Damn it, Bruce. All right, because the thing to do is blame Bruce Pritchard. So Vince is like, everybody else blames Bruce. I'm gonna too. Come here. Bruce Pritchard is like, this was all you, Vince. No, it's on you now, Bruce. Oh, man. Sheriff Rivers, it makes zero sense. Joey's Adventures, 5-Spot Coffee. What up, Joey's? WWE should bring up Dakota and reunite her with Tegan. Bring Ember back, reunite her with Shotzi, and call up Kaden and Carsey. Now you have a tag division. Joey's Adventures, man. You just fucking, I didn't even book that, man. That was all Joey's Adventures. I love it because we know how great I felt that Dakota and Tegan, or I'm sorry, fucking Ember and Shotzi were. Dakota and Tegan were starting to really hit their groove. Ember and Shotzi, man. I don't know when Shotzi got called up why Tegan went with her. Why not Ember? It was weird to me because they were really kicking the division's ass in NXT. So Ember stays back. Shotzi goes up and goes with Tegan. And then Tegan and Dakota are... I mean, those were from... Remember when they had that brutal fucking split, though, man? Dakota really turned her back on Tegan, man. So... I mean, you'd have to tell that story pretty beautifully to people who stopped watching NXT. How is Dakota and Tegan back together when Dakota turned on her so ruthlessly? But anyway, Joey's, I'm dissecting this a little much, but I love the idea. And of course, Kaden and Casey, I don't think they would do that much damage, but it would help be another notch into solidifying a tag team division that we would actually look at as a division. Joey's Adventures. Carlos Ray, another 5-Spot. Carlos. So basically, Raw is getting loaded for ratings to make it the #1 show again, and SmackDown will now be what? Forgotten? I doubt it because, Carlos, I bet you even with Raw stacking their roster a bit more than SmackDown, I bet you SmackDown is still going to be the more enjoyable show, the more, I hate to say this word because WWE is just not creative, but it will be the more creative show. It will hold your interest longer than Raw, which is saying something because SmackDown's 2 hours, Raw is 3 hours. But Carlos, I still think SmackDown will be their A show. But I think USA Network got pissed off. I honestly think that USA Network said, dude, enough. Like, we have people laughing at us now because this fucking TNT AEW show is pulling in 1-4s a couple of times, and we were just at 1-4 2 months ago. We're throwing everything at the wall, hoping that we get a 1.7, a 1.8 if we're lucky. And these people are already coming on our ass at a 1-4. So I'm sure USA Network was like, dude, enough. Like, we need some shit. So that's what I think that was, Carlos. They ain't going to make them #1, that's for damn sure. They're not going to overtake SmackDown. It's on network television. They can pop a 2-point rating much easier than Raw can. You add in your little Monday Night Football, which people are going to watch that more because NFL gives them a reason to. When you have the Packers and the 49ers, nobody's going to tune in to a rematch or another fruit roll-up on WWE. They're going to watch the Packers and 49ers. If you have Tom Brady going up against his old Bill Belichick Patriot team, that's going to pop a huge rating, and people are going to need to watch that more than fruit roll-ups, rematches, redundancy, and garbage until you give them a reason to not tune into the NFL and watch more Raw. Anyway, that was a long-winded answer, Carlos. Much love and respect, dude. Weed Whacking Willie, 2-Spot. SmackDown either stayed the same or traded down. Yeah, I feel they traded down a little bit, Weed Whacking Willie, but like I just told Carlos, man, I honestly think they're still going to remain the A show. They can just do that much easier on network television, and they're usually the better show, man. That 2-hour time frame can always beat out 3 hours of redundancy and just regurgitated bullshit. You know, when you can shorten it down, I can't believe I'm saying this. I love pro wrestling, but I would like less Raw. At least bring it down to 2 hours, man, because it can't handle 3 hours. It just can't. Sheriff Rivers, another 5-Spot. Dana Shayna Dewdrop segment was awkward and hilariously bad. I think I have some of those words in my notes, Sheriff Rivers, when I go over it. So let me get to that. I think that's in the second hour, maybe. But I'll be getting to the Dewdrop Shayna Baszler segment. Trust me, Sheriff Rivers. Thank you, brother. War Dog. The War Dog's up in this bitch with that 5-Spot coffee. How you doing? Flexing up. War Dog. I got a question for you. How you doing, huh? How you doing, huh? The War Dog. So anyway, guys, that's the first round of supers. If there's more, I will get to the second round. Let me just go over some of this review first. Let me get back to the actual big screen here. Hold on. Yeah, we do have a second. A lot of you guys came in afterwards too, so I'll get to the other supers in just a little bit, guys. And much love and respect for everybody coming in, man. I didn't even... I forgot to even say, man, thank you. Over 100 on the ups. I totally forgot to even mention that, man. We're almost a half an hour into this motherfucker. That greatly helps out the algorithm and the channel later when thousands of motherfuckers start watching this shit once it goes on the channel. You guys are helping that out big time, man, as we head toward 200. So thank you on that, man. So this show starts with... Let me get a swig and then we'll start. Coffee. You see it, man. Warning, needs coffee. Any Yankee fans out there, man? My Yankees have a big it's a fight tonight, not just a game. Yankees versus Red Sox in Boston tonight. The winner goes on to the playoffs. This is the wild card game. Some look at it as a playoff. But it's a wild card. You lose, you're out. You win, you're in. So this is a big game for my Yankees tonight, man, in Fenway Park, Boston. So, yeah, BC's going to have about 37 coffees today. I'm going to whoop a lot of ass. I mean, literally, it's one of those days I'm putting people through brick walls because I'm just not having it today. I'm not in the fucking mood today. So it's going to be one of those days, man. So, yeah, even if you're not a Yankee fan, man, give BC a little bit of a chutzpah speech, man. You guys got this. Not BC, actually, my Yankees. Give them a little chutzpah speech. Anyway, Becky Lynch starts the show, man. She declares herself the #1 draft pick for Raw. This is a shock to nobody as Charlie Flair was drafted to SmackDown on Friday. So this is common sense. Although there is no common sense in it because now you have each other's champion on different brands. So either you have to have Sasha Banks win this title at Crown Jewel, which I'm definitely okay with, and somehow schmazzery type have Charlotte lose her championship. I don't know how they're going to fucking do that. Charlie's is a whole nother equation. Sasha gets her title. Or the only other option is you swap them. And that is just showing everybody that you did not think this out. You put zero care into this, and you're just swapping your championships. You imagine 50, 60, 70, 100 years from now when you're looking through the history books and you see Charlotte Flair as a SmackDown champion or fucking Becky Lynch as a SmackDown champion, Charlotte as the Raw champion, and then you see them just switch belts. And there's a huge asterisk, and it just says swap. They just switch titles. It's going to look so fucking stupid, man. And it's going to show everybody 100 years from now that this was the worst fucking time in professional wrestling. Anyway, Beck says, and I quote, "Maybe it's time to be Becky Two Belts again." This brings out Charlie Flair. Charlie says, and I quote, "Before you met me, you weren't Becky Two Belts. You were Becky Pre-Show." Charlie called Becky Pre-Show, not Becky Two Belts. I thought I LOL'd at that, to be honest. Bianca Belair then comes out, and Bianca was smiling too much. I love Bianca. I think she's one of the most beautiful women in the world, not in WWE, in the world. Just beautiful, man. So when she smiles, she'll light up a fucking room, no doubt. But Charlie just beat you up Friday, didn't she? Wasn't it Charlie like beating her up and ending the show or something like that? So if you get in within feet of her, just whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole. You ain't gonna be smiling. Right? I mean, if somebody fucking kicks me on Friday and I see him on Monday, I'm fucking whooping that ass. Like she just comes in, she starts smiling, and she's like, "You can leave because I go here." And it was like a subdued "I go here." I would have been in her face like, "I go here. You don't even go here." I'd be up in that shit, bro. But no, she was like smiling and she was like subdued in it. And so Charlie's just like, "All right, just stop. The adults are speaking." You know, and I was like, "Oh, that's a diss, man." It really does not make Bianca look good when she's like that. But somehow this led to Bianca Belair versus Charlie Flair in the main event. So this is Vince trying to get all he can now before Charlie actually goes over to Friday. Bianca is, of course, on Raw now. Let's do this now. Let's try to pop a rating against Monday Night Football, which I believe was the Las Vegas. It's going to take me a while not to say Oakland Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Chargers, who also moved. I always want to say San Diego Chargers. I think they're Los Angeles now, correct? Everyone's moving, bro. So it's the Chargers versus Raiders. I don't expect a huge rating on that, but I don't think WWE made a dent in it. I can tell you that much. So that was your main event. Now, here's the big problem here. I have no problem with that main event. I know it's going to be damn solid. And it was. The finish of it, I totally was so pissed off because the match was going so good. I'll get to that in the main event. But here's the problem with this opening segment. It took 20 minutes, literally, to set that up. 20 minutes to set up a Monday Night Raw match between Charlie Flair and Bianca Belair. That's unacceptable, guys. It's truly unacceptable. Unless you have something over-the-top entertaining and something that is absolutely going to captivate your audience if they're just flicking through stations, then you can't go 20 minutes just for that. I mean, there was nothing there that needed 20 fucking minutes, man. I digress. I'll move on, man. First match of the night was for the United States title. This is Damian Priest versus Jeff Hardy. Yes, it's not only a rematch many times over, but how is Sheamus and Jeff Hardy getting this many title opportunities? This makes zero fucking sense that this many opportunities for a title would be given to Sheamus or be given to Jeff Hardy like last night. How is this fucking possible? Could you imagine losing the Super Bowl? Could you imagine your team loses the Super Bowl and the next week you find out the season is not over? That team's going to get a second fucking chance. That team is going to get the very following weekend. We're going to have another Super Bowl. And the winning team is like, what the fuck? What? I just beat them. No. We're going to do it again. And so the next week, and then they lose again. And then the next week, you have a third Super Bowl with the same teams. How is it? World Series. World Series. Could you imagine the best of 7 turning into a best of 28 or a best of 42? Or any competition, in any competition, could you imagine the same people getting the same title opportunity every fucking show? Because that's what's happening. If you added up all of the title matches with Sheamus and Jeff Hardy over the last 2 months, it would be over a handful. Title opportunities mean jack shit anymore. They don't. And that's because the titles are no longer prestigious, because the champions are no longer prestigious, because the wrestlers are no longer prestigious. That's the truth. I just couldn't fathom it. And we love Jeff Hardy. Man, this isn't even a diss to Hardy. It just doesn't make sense. Just a few weeks ago, he's chasing around the Catering Crusaders, or he's one of the Catering Crusaders trying to get the 24/7 title. The next week, he's losing to Damian Priest in a #1 contenders match for his title. He loses it. And then the following week, he gets another chance against Sheamus to get in the match. Well, how is that fair? The champion beat him. He has to go to the beginning of the line. No, and now he just gets to beat some random dude. The random dude in this case is Sheamus. And he still gets in the title match. And then he loses that triple threat. And his prize for losing is to get a singles championship match days later. Sheamus got one night later and he lost that triple threat. I know this may seem like a lot of information. All you need to know is that none of this is making sense. This isn't a podcaster who's just nitpicking. I don't just watch the show and just go, oh, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. No, I'm trying to get logic and common sense out of it. Bare minimum. Trust me, bare minimum, and I'll take it at this point. I want to suspend my disbelief and enter the wacky world of pro wrestling because I love it. But if you're not going to give me bare minimum common sense and logic, I can't hang with it. And this is what I do, obviously. I critique pro wrestling, and people want me to actually call it down the middle. So I can't just fluff it all up when they're refusing to fluff up any of it for me. They're not even setting it up for me to fluff it up. Anyway, the point is, it makes no fucking sense. Literally makes no fucking sense. This was a 7-minute match. Get this. 7-minute match. 3 of those minutes we spent in commercial break. So what that means, you can do the Steiner math, we got a 4-minute match actually televised that we got to see. 3 of those minutes of the 7 were in a commercial break. So we had a 4-minute match with these two, and it ended with Hardy hitting a swanton bomb, pretty flush, pretty good. They sold it like Hardy got a little muffed up from it, so okay, because you knew Hardy wasn't going to win. So you knew that Hardy was going to Hardy was going to eat the L very soon, but you expected Priest to sell this a little bit. I mean, that's his finisher, a swanton. So he hits the sweep. You guys already got the fruit coming. You know it's coming. So the swanton bomb is hit. Priest no-sells it. Priest absolutely no-sells this motherfucker. And he hits Hardy immediately after the swanton. He no-sells it, and he hits Hardy with the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating fruit roller. I don't know why it gets Mario Brothers music, but it does. Fruit roll up for Jeff Hardy. This is not his first one. He's a multi-award winner. So let's do this the right way, and let's give Hardy... Hold up your fruit. You guys already are... all the fruit that you just bought from the market, you're wasting it right now because there's another fruit roll-up to come. Hold on. You're giving away all your fruit, guys. Hold on. You're going to have to make another trip to the market. Look at all the fruit that's being fucking thrown out to Jeff Hardy. Save that shit. There's another one coming. Oh, man. This is a fucking fruit fiesta. All right, first of all, let's do this correctly. Jeff Hardy, congratulations, or this is not a good thing, Jeff. This is not a good thing. You are the latest Fruit Roll-Up Award winner. Goes to Jeffrey Hardy. Here you go, Jeff. Oh! Jeff just got swanton bombed by the Fruit Roll-Up. It was one hell of a sight, man. Hopefully he'll be okay. I'll let you guys know later, man. Sorry, Jeff. Poor Jeff just got swanton. He wasn't expecting the Fruit Roll-Up Award. He should know by now. This isn't his first rodeo. He knows the deal. So this 4-minute match that we saw, 7 minutes in total, 3 minutes in commercial, this ends with a fucking roll-up and right off of a swanton. This makes the swanton bomb look so fucking stupid. But you see, he injured himself a little bit. Guys, it was 1 second. It's not like he got hurt and then he rolled off for like 7-10 seconds and then he came back to try to make the pin. No, he like held his side for like a second and then he went for the pin. And all of a sudden, Damian Priest just pops up in a roll-up. Well, what the that's a swanton bomb. That usually pins people. Weird to me, bro. Weird to me that nobody thought, hey, maybe we should give this maybe 10 seconds and then I'll go to pin him because I'll really sell the injury and I'll sell the fact that Damian maybe got hurt from this. Maybe. Maybe he got hurt from it. No, fuck it. We don't have the time. You don't have the time. Damn it, just take the roll up. All right, Vince. That's what you want me to do. Post-match, man, Austin Theory hits the ring and asks Hardy if they can take a selfie because he's a big fan of Hardy. So Hardy obliges. Hardy's a good dude in real life, man. So he takes the fucking, he's got his own demons and shit, but he's a good dude. He takes the selfie with Austin Theory and Hardy goes to ask him, was that good? Was that okay? And Austin Theory clotheslines the shit out of him. I actually thought this was good. This is the best I've seen of Theory ever, personally. I'm talking NXT or anywhere. This is the best I've seen of Theory because it's personality. This isn't the first time we've seen Theory on the main roster. It just didn't work because it was fucking horrible. The kid, either he was able not to show any personality or he just didn't have any. But that first run, I was telling you guys, I was not captivated to this kid at all. It was just not working. And in a few months, he was already gone. Because it was not clicking. This Austin Theory? Hey, man, you keep doing shit like that and you get to show this kid's freaking personality a little bit? BC's on board, bro. So I'm giving Austin Theory. I did not think that was going to happen because Friday night when this was announced with Austin Theory, I was like, come on, bro. Who gives a fuck? We're all going to say Austin Theory's a good wrestler, but he's not going to connect with anybody. He's just not. People were deeming this kid the next John Cena, and I was like rolling my eyes thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? He's not even in the category. And I'm not saying he is now, but I'm giving him props. That was actually decently done, man. Even on paper, whoever fucking came out, Vince McMahon had a fucking moment of sensibility to write that. I liked it. Sucks it came off a fruit roll-up, but Austin Theory, bro, that's the best I've seen of him ever. Shayna Baszler then taps out Dana Brooke in 60 seconds. Post-match, Doudrop hits the ring to save Dana Brooke. All of a sudden, Doudrop is friends with Dana Brooke. Okay. Baszler throws a shot at Drop like just taps her on her back, like a love tap, basically. And Doudrop then looks at Baszler, and Baszler looks at Doudrop. They just stared at each other for like 35 seconds. And it was really weird. Baszler is like looking at Doudrop like, what the fuck? Like, I've never seen a beast like you. Like, how am I going to beat you? And I'm like, what? All you did was deliver a little forearm to her back. You tapped her. And you're shocked that she didn't go down and sell it? And Doudrop is looking at Shayna Baszler like it's a love connection. I mean, Doudrop is like, fuck, what you doing later tonight, girl? And Shayna Baszler's like, the fuck? So I didn't know if this was like setting up a feud or setting up a date. But Doudrop is licking her lips as she looks at, she's like, I like the way you tapped me there. It was weird, man. It was awkward. Somebody used it actually earlier. Somebody said it was an awkward segment. I believe that was in the chat. Maybe Sheriff Rivers. I forgot, but I think that was in the supers. But somebody used the word awkward, I believe. It's exactly what it was. I was watching this thing and I was like, you can cut away now, bro. Like, you can cut away. Like, this is getting weird, man. Like, how many times she gonna lick her lips at Shayna? I don't know, man. This thing was weird, guys. And for me to say that 7 times, I mean, you can go back and watch yourself. This was some weird shit between Shayna and Doudrop. I think on paper, it was stupid, but nobody caught it. And then when they actually went out there and did it, it was just performed really bad as well. So, our number 1 ends with Angel Garza defeating Ali via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Fruit Roller. I don't know why it's getting the Super Mario Bros. Theme, but anyway, it's a roll-up for, who was that? Ali. Ali couldn't buy a victory if he literally tapped into Happy Corbin's trust fund and gave it all to fucking Vince. He's not getting a victory. Ali and the man that soars, just, I mean, give them AEW contracts, ROH, let them work at the local fucking stop and shop, ShopRite, the supermarket. Because, I mean, they would be much happier than now. Ali, I'm not saying that Ali captivates the shit out of me and he should be winning world titles. I'm not saying that. But Ali, you would think, deserves a little bit more than this. Now, even if he strings together some wins, is he really going to get a prominent storyline and matches we give a shit about in the future? I don't know if they're going to invest that much time. But it's sad to watch him lose. And most of the time, it's weird, man. I don't know. Very, very, very fucking odd to me, man. I mean, this was like a couple of minutes, too. This wasn't even long. I mean, this was really bad, bro. It was a short match, and Ali just looked like a fucking idiot. Looked like he fucking knocked himself out or some shit, and then the legs are pulled back, and he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna lay here. I mean, people cannot lose like this. They can't lose like this, man. Ali got rolled up because I said he got rolled up. Ali got rolled up because I said people cannot lose like this. Tell me Ali didn't get rolled up. I've already said he did. It's already in the books. It was a roll-up, Lucas Allen. It was, because I said so. It's in the books. That's a roll-up. I'm sick of giving this company slack. You ain't gonna make a dude look like an idiot like that, and it's not gonna go into the fucking column. No. You know damn well last second it was supposed to be a full-on roll-up, and then they go, well, maybe do this, and then BC won't claim it as a roll-up. No, BC's gonna claim it just because I can. Absolutely was a roll-up. Anyway, that ends our number 1. Big E starts hour number 2. Drew McIntyre joins soon after and challenges Big E to a title match. The Dirty Dogs hit the ring, and Dolph Ziggler reminds Big E and Drew that he was their mentor, and he shows some video packages back in the day. I mean, I would like this if they made Dolph Ziggler relevant over the past, 2 fucking years. But they're showing video package just to get them to a random tag match. This wasn't setting anything up for Dolph in the future with Big E or anybody. This was just to get to a fucking tag match. I mean, that's all this was. Because all of this promo work, when we came back from a break, was a Dirty Dogs versus Drew McIntyre Big E match. And of course, I think the Dirty Dogs were out there wanting a thank you because he did mentor them and they've went on to gain success in their careers. But of course, they weren't going to get a thank you. They just got that match. This was a good match, I guess. I literally had zero care or interest in this match, again, because of the participants and how they've been used for years. So there's no way I could care about this shit. I cared more about two teams I don't even watch in the NFL, the Raiders and the fucking Chargers. I cared more about that matchup than this matchup. Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore party. He hit him with a Claymore party, I tell you. He hits Ziggler with the Claymore party for the W. And post-match, Big E accepts Drew's challenge. So the Dirty Dogs continue to be jobbers, just on a different show. And Big E accepts the challenge. We just don't have a confirmed date, or at least not by the end of that show. So, okay. Okay, well, we got nothing accomplished there, other than a challenge was made between Drew and Big E for no fucking reason. Didn't Drew McIntyre just get drafted to SmackDown? So isn't he after Roman's championship, I thought? Didn't he point a sword at him or something, or was that on Raw with Big E? I thought that was with Roman. But either way, I mean, wouldn't you think like that would be the title? Now all of a sudden you want Big E's. So if you win this son of a bitch, what does that mean? Roman's already drafted to SmackDown, so you have to... It just doesn't make sense, bro. None of it makes sense. You just got drafted to SmackDown. Go after Roman. Fuck you doing in Big E's face? Kevin Owens then stuns Ninja Tozawa in an odd 35-second segment. You thought the Shayna Baszler and Doudrop 35-second segment was awkward? This was weird too, man. Owens goes to speak. Vince McMahon muffles him. Vince McMahon does not allow him to speak. Because again, we don't know if he's going to sign a new contract yet. So Vince is being cautious. What if Kevin Owens shows up in AEW? They don't want the same thing to happen with Adam Cole, baby. Where Triple H gave Adam Cole the world in NXT. And then Adam Cole went, check you. And Adam Cole showed up in AEW. Well, Vince doesn't want that to happen, obviously, with Kevin Owens. So they're being really weird with Owens, right? He's on a losing streak. He's in these weird 60-second segments with Happy Corbin. And last night he goes to speak, but he can't. Ninja Tozawa comes out, says, he tells Owens to go away or something. I'm here to challenge for the 24/7 title. So he calls out whoever's the champion, Reggie, I think. So Ninja Tozawa turns around and Owens just turns Ninja Tozawa around, stuns him, and then walks away. It was just a weird 35-second segment. It's almost like Vince is keeping Owens on TV, but barely, just in case he doesn't re-sign, it looks like. I have no fucking idea, but it's really odd what they're doing with Owens, man. And this was an awkward segment, and you got to feel bad for Ninja Tozawa. This dude is doing everything that Vince McMahon asks him to do. I mean, this dude is chasing people around in dog parks. This dude is dressing up as a ninja, first of all. Then he's dressing up as a garbage can. And then he's chasing around fucking backstage with the Catering Crusaders every single Monday night or Friday, whenever the fuck Vince calls him, 3 a.m. Hey, can you get down to the supermarket? We need you to chase down Reggie in aisle 4. He's going for the milk. I mean, Ninja Tozawa is on call, basically, and he's doing everything that Vince asks him to do, and he just looks like a fucking idiot every show, every week. Feel bad for that dude, man. A lot of people don't know this. Ninja Tozawa can actually wrestle. He wasn't always Ninja Tozawa, the jobber or the Catering Crusader. Tozawa can actually wrestle. So that's, I think, what's more sad about this than anything. We then see another rematch, man, for the women's tag titles. Boom, zap, kapow. Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley versus Natty and Tamina. Boom, zap, kapow. Ash pins Tamina. So, wait, that's it. That's the notes. I don't know what else I could say here. This was a rematch with nothing Nothing worth mentioning. Nothing to captivate you any more than the first 16 matches they've had together. And Ash Ketchum just defeats... And afterwards, Tamina and Natty are now separated. So every other tag team stuck together. And then weirdly, oddly, Natty and Tamina separate in the draft. And Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart have to separate. Well, why didn't the Usos? Why didn't the Street Profits? Okay, they're formidable tag teams for many years. I get it. So what about AJ Styles and Omos? Why are they stuck together? Oh, they've been a tag team for the better part of a year, BC. Okay, well, what about Rick Boogs and Shinsuke? They're not even a tag team. So why are they attached at the hip? But all of a sudden, the rules don't matter anymore when it's Natty and Tamina or when it's Shotzi and Tegan. And by the way, wasn't the rule from the beginning that anybody can go anywhere even if you're in a tag team? Every year it switches anyway just to float their own boat. But this year, wow, did they fuck up their own draft by fucking up their own rules. There are no rules in WWE, man. It's like, you ever watch an AEW tag team match? You watch the officials. There's no officiating in a tag match. There's none. You might as well just sit in the corner and have a fucking s'mores a bake-off. Just cook up some fucking s'mores. Start a fire, put your Hershey's on top of your little graham cracker, get some fucking marshmallows, and roast that shit. And you'll know when it's ended, man. Somebody will be knocked out flat on their back looking at the lights, and you just go over and you go, 1, 2, 3, good, man. Oh shit, my marshmallow is roasting. It's on fire. But they don't call any fucking rules, man. Well, WWE, it's basically that 24/7. There's no rules. There's no brand split. There's no cohesion. There's no common sense. There's no logic. There's none of that, bro. And that's what infuriates people the most. Most people tune into this shit wanting to see a good show. They want to talk positively about it. When the company gives them nothing or very little to nothing to actually appreciate and to actually say was good and you could speak positively, that's the problem. This thing was billed as a draft. And it was a shit show that made no sense and shook up nothing. It shook up nothing. Those may seem like harsh words. Let me address those harsh words. They seem harsh because they are. Somebody's got to drop the fucking truth on this platform. Might as well be me. Boom, zap, kapow. Ash wins. Yay. Hour number 3, man. Oh, Billy Goldberg. Hold on. Let me get to the second round of supers, man. And then we'll go into hour number 3. Hold on. Got to see where we left off here. Hold on. I got to see where I left off. I know there was a lot of supers that came after. I got you. I got War Dog was the last one there. And then second one starts off with Life of Jay. What up, Life of Jay? Shake my head. These shows are still going to feel the same, and I want AJ Styles to be booked like in 2016, but now he's an afterthought. Life of Jay, man. AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers in the world. In this past year, I can't believe what they did to this dude. Do you realize in the last 7 months, this dude has a handful at best of televised singles victories? I'm going to say that again. A handful at best of single match victories on TV in the last 7 months. And then the last fucking year, he's just been attached to the hip of fucking Omos. Yeah, it's pretty pathetic, Life of Jay, and I am with you. I thought his title reign was actually good. It was one of the last world title reigns that I can remember that was a real, legit heavyweight title reign. AJ Styles was literally having good title matches, decent feuds at least, and holding his weight, and the matches just made sense a little bit more. I don't know, man. That's one of those title reigns where that AJ Styles, man, his world title reigns, you really felt like a world champ. He was a world champion, not just deserving, but he looked the part. He acted the part. You believed it. He went out there and proved it every night. Yeah, Life of Jay, I'm with you, man. Alan Christensen, 5-Spot Coffee. What up, BC? What up, Alan? Hardy hits the twist of fate. Then he hits the swanton bomb, and Priest kicks out. Then Hardy gets fruit roll-up for the 1, 2, 3. What the fuck is that? Yeah, Alan, we just went over that. I couldn't believe that they had Damian Priest no-sell that shit. And they just made pretend that Hardy got a little hurt on it. And then 1 second later, Priest just jumps up and fruit rolls up. Hardy. I couldn't fucking believe it, Alan, and I'm not going to believe it. It's absolute horse shit. Alan, Pimp Jesus. What up, Pimp? Five Spot Coffee didn't even watch it. Watched G1 Climax instead. Way better show, I'm sure, Pimp. I didn't catch that. But Pimp Jesus, I'm sure that was a way better show. I'm not just saying that, man, to pick apart Raw. I'm saying that just with what I saw last night, there's no way the Climax didn't fucking climax Raw. Pimp Jesus. Joey's Adventures, 5 Spot Coffee. I missed the computer generator drafts. I didn't know if they were reading drafts or about to announce Jennifer Lopez as Actress of the Year last night. Yeah, Joey's. It was so fucking weird, man. They're just announcing names, and it's nothing that's shaking people up. They're just like, Ricochet going to SmackDown. And I'm like, whoa. Gable Stevenson going to Raw. And the crowd, literally, go back and listen to Stevenson. Gable Stevenson. It's going to be so weird not putting an N in there like fucking Byron Saxton. He even called him Stevenson last night with an N. It's Stevenson without the N. So anyway, it's going to be fucking, it was funny to go back and watch that and listen to the crowd not react at all. I don't blame them. What the fuck are we supposed to do? Hop out of our seats? Oh my goodness, it's Gable Stevenson. He won a gold medal. This is going to be epic. This is pro wrestling. I don't give a fuck about unless your character is going to be like Kurt Angle, man. I won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. That's fun. Yeah, man, it looked like they were trying to do some award show, and then they tried to make it like an actual real sport draft, and it just came out bad, bro. But again, if it just made sense, and it seemed like a real shakeup, then this would have came off much better. But they put no effort into it. Joey's Adventures, no doubt. Carlos, right, 5 Spot. Carlos, that goes to show that you can put more creativity production in 2 hours than if you have to work trying to fill 3 hours. It becomes a larger task. No doubt, Carlos. Shorter show, man. Invest. If you've already shown for years that you cannot handle 3 hours, then USA has to cut some losses and say, hey, let's go to 2 hours, but make real good 2-hour television. If you do that, your viewership will increase, and you may just outweigh 3 hours of your show. Because right now, USA is pulling in their 1.7-ish, 1.6 for the 3 hours. But what if you could go back to near 2.5s? You know what I mean? Make quality television. It's going to look a lot better, and it'll help both entities, WWE and USA Network, and your fans. So it'll work all the way around, man. 2 hours for Raw is what needs to happen. I would say 1 hour right now, but that's not going to happen. There's business behind it. But they can't handle 3 hours. This isn't just a fan going, take it to 2 hours because 3 hours sucks. No, this is literally a factual statement. WWE Vince McMahon cannot handle 3 hours. So Carlos, it has to go to 2. You're right. BC's Blue Marker, 2 Spot. This draft sucked and Yankees losing tonight. BC's Blue Marker, I hope not, man. Obviously, I hope not. But it's possible. We are a streaky team that has sucked for half of the year. In the other half, we've been pretty decent. I don't think at any point have we been good this year. There was a stretch where we won like 11 or 12 games in a row, and I still said we were not good because we were not whooping ass. Some of those games barely winning. So we've sucked half the year, and the other half we were decent. What happens tonight in Boston? We'll see, dude. But yeah, the draft beyond sucked. BC's Blue Marker. Christopher Blackshear, $4.99. Triple Threat Thompson made Bianca versus Charlie for the first time ever in WWE, not knowing that they already fought last February in NXT. Yeah, and I love that match, Christopher Blackshear, so I knew this was going to deliver. I was hoping you had to have some type of a fuck finish. You can't have Belair losing this. You can't have Charlie losing this. But I was hoping it wasn't going to be one of those, come on, bro, a really good match ended like that. Like, it can't be something too bogus. I felt that finish left a lot more to be desired after a good match. We'll go over that in hour number 3. But Christopher, a lot of people forget that they actually had a damn good match in NXT. Absolutely. Scott McMahon, what up, Scott? 15 Spot, man. 3-star Buckses, 5 Duncans. Scott McMahon, I turned it on and turned it back off. What the fuck was I thinking? Scott, all you need is this review, man. I got you covered, bro. Thank you for the coffees. Thank you for the love and respect. Right back at you, Scott. Thomas the Gazelle, 2 Spot. They could have had the champions forfeit the belt. I'll even take that more than a fucking swap, Thomas the Gazelle. Do a forfeit. You know, have that in the asterisk. But to just do a swap, bro, it just seems like you did not think that even a fucking forfeit. That's telling everybody you put no thought into this. I think you should just have them fucking lose it somehow. Sasha winning the title, that makes sense because the match was announced. We saw this trajectory before the draft really started. With Charlie, If she loses it beforehand, it's going to be pretty fucking obvious as to why, and it's going to look stupid, but I think better than just having them swap. So, I mean, WWE, as they always do, they put themselves into a corner, trap themselves into a pickle. How do they get out of it? Who the fuck knows? Thomas the Gazelle, thanks, brother. Quincy Gray, 10 spot. A couple of coffees. Quincy. This is what I predict of the future for WWE. They lose all their network deals. No one is going to buy it, so they use the WWE network to show all the WWE shows and pay-per-views and use NXT 2.0 Arena to save money. Quincy Gray, man, I want to laugh because that's all seems pretty bad for Vince, but that's the trajectory they're on from 5 to 10 years. I don't see Fox offering another $1 billion. USA is not going to offer $100 million. And the pay-per-views are so fucking bad that people are going to start fucking literally telling Peacock, dude, this isn't worth it, man. Tell Vince that he's got to start producing actual pay-per-views that are worth people paying money for. Because right now, the pay-per-views are getting no TLC. Not tables, ladders, and chairs. No fucking tender love and care. So Quincy Gray, as much as that's fucking, that's sad to think about, it's actually true. No lies detected with Quincy's statement, man. Rachel Rocca. I haven't seen Rachel in a minute, man. Hot minute. Rachel with a 5-spot. Amp Unit. I've missed y'all super busy getting ready for my vacation to Puerto Rico next week, man. Rachel, have fun. Sounds like a blast, man. I'm due for Florida and California and some business later at the tail end of the month as well, man. So a lot of business, and I'm going to try to stick some vacay days within that. But Rachel, have a great time in Puerto Rico, man. Have fun. Enjoy it. Catch that sun. And we missed you, Rachel. We haven't seen you in a fucking minute, bruh. Thanks for showing up and showing that love right back at you. Christopher Blackshear, $4.99. I hate how they raised the question of who is going to win the SmackDown Women's title. If you have a brain, Sasha should, because the other two have been drafted to Raw. But that's the problem, Christopher. Vince either doesn't have one or it's slowly or fastly going. And that's... it's a thing. Vince isn't using the common sense that we are. Vince isn't using the logic. So, I mean, they announced this last night. Becky Lynch is going to Raw, as if people didn't fucking know that. Charlie just got drafted to SmackDown. It's fucking obvious. RK Bro on Friday got drafted to Raw, staying on Raw. So you know the Usos are going to be on SmackDown. I mean, and they expect this to be interesting to us? Or an announcement of Gable Stevenson? Or that Ricochet is going to Friday nights? Christopher Blackshear, who the fuck is going to get excited for that? Nobody. Dash Riff Raff, 20 spot. Dash, man. 4-star Bucks, 7 or 8 Duncans. Dash Riff Raff with a big 20 spot. Today's my motherfucking birthday. 63, don't look so bad, BC. Love to you and Amp Unit. Love you all. Gotta pay my coffee rent. Dash, happy birthday, dude. Let's get those emojis up for Dash, please, guys. I gotta go back to the... Okay, yeah, I got my big screen up, man. Hey, can we get some fucking, what do you got? The party fucking streamers and shit, balloons. What do you guys got emoji-wise, man? I don't know what the fuck they have for emojis anymore. I say this every week when there's a big birthday on the channel. Yeah, there they are, man. Streamers, cake, presents, balloons. Hey, Dash Riff Raff. That's how you celebrate birthday fucking bash on the Amp Unit channel, bro. I knew there was actual pieces of cake, man. There's slices, just in case. You know the old saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too? Well, there's a slice for you, man. Take that shit and run away. Otherwise, the catering crusaders will be after that shit. Oh, we got Sundays by the War Dog up in this bitch, man. Pineapple Man is giving you some fucking chocolates and fucking Capri Suns from Braun Strowman. They got Braun Strowman Capri Suns by the Pineapple Man. Dude, Braun Strowman's gonna be pissed, bro. What the fuck? Jer9 Gaming's got fucking lollipops and cupcakes and candy, bro. Jer9 tapped into it. Oh, that's great, man. They coming out with all sorts of shit. There you go. Anyway, Dash Riff Raff, I hope you're still up in here, man. That's some love on your birthday, bro. One of my tried and trues for a while, man. So I always make sure that my tried and trues always know that there's much love and respect going out to them, man. Yes. Fuck yeah, man. LJ's even got pancakes coming over to me, man. So we're even tapping into the New Jay stash. Dominique is giving you fucking eggplant. I'm not even going to go there, man. Last I checked, that meant something totally different. But, but listen, it's your birthday. You never know what you're going to get. Anyway, I'll get to the third round of supers. I think there was some more, guys. We'll get to that in just a little in a few minutes. I want to get to hour number 3 first. And Goldberg started this motherfucker off. Goldberg face-to-face with Bobby Lashley. Lashley says their match at Crown Jewel will be no holds barred. Obviously, this makes more sense for Goldberg. Goldberg is not known for fucking wrestling, obviously. If they want this to go at least 10 minutes, they're going to have to turn it into a fight. And that's where Goldberg is going to be a little bit fucking better if he doesn't knock himself out first. Timeout, man. I just saw that too, by the way. 200 on the ups, man. I only mentioned that once, man, right after the cold open. I keep forgetting. I appreciate that, man. That's going to help when thousands of people tune into this. Once it's on the channel and the algorithm kicks in, thousands of people will end up watching this, man. So those ups greatly help that. It's so awesome to know that even though I don't mention it as often as I probably should, man, you guys are right there to fucking help out, man, with that. So as we go to 300 now, I want to thank everybody that took a moment to put up that up. Thank you, guys. So for this, no holds barred, it makes the most sense if Goldberg does not knock himself out. Now, this is where the Hurt Business, Cedric and Benjamin jump Goldberg from behind. What did I tell you guys? And I want the people that heard my review last week, and you see the thumbnail in that review, you saw the headline. The headline literally, what did it fucking say? I totally fucking forgot. Hold on. Go back to this because this is very important. When somebody says I just nitpick or I'm just jumping to conclusions or whatever. Okay, now my thumbnail was how do you possibly fuck up Lashley? That was my last Monday's Raw thumbnail. My headline, my title of that video, Vince has Hurt Business reunited just in time to be fed to Goldberg. Unacceptable. I'm going to say that again. Vince has Hurt Business reunited just in time to be fed to Goldberg. Unacceptable. And then I went into that video, as you guys know if you tuned in last week, I went into that son of a bitch, and I talked about how this whole reunion that everybody got excited about and giggled, even though it's not even the Hurt Business, the MVP, who's the glue to that Hurt Business, MVP is on the sidelines with an injury, and they didn't even have a story to bring them back together. They just had Cedric and Shelton come out with t-shirts that said Hurt Business. No story, no MVP, and just in time for Goldberg. And what did I tell you guys was going to happen? Most of you knew it, but a lot of you guys were just like, no, BC, hopefully this isn't true, man. Hopefully they use them correctly now. But BC told you, man, this was just going to lead to Goldberg, probably next week, meaning last night, destroying the Hurt Business. This was just going to lead to Cedric and Shelton still being jobbers, but now being the henchmen once again to Lashley, so they have some type of story going in the Crown Jewel. This is why Vince panicked and just put them together real quick. He just threw them together because he knew Goldberg was coming in next week and he needs somebody to beat up. Literally, Goldberg ran through the Hurt Business. Goldberg ran through Cedric and Shelton in 7 seconds last night. As I put in the headline, laughed my ass off, and I'm laughing now. But it's tragic. It's sad. It's fucking downright pathetic. But how can you not laugh at this? Because if you're like BC and you use common sense and logic, you saw this coming from a mile away. I declared this last week on that review. And this is why everybody tunes into BC. This is why everybody says, damn, BC. Whether you like me or not, you know I always shoot straight and the truth with you. You know that I'm never going to bullshit you on this platform. This is why I am fucking I truly fucking feel that. I know that, and you guys do. It's because I see things 10 steps ahead of everybody, 10 miles ahead of everybody else in this community. I knew this was just to be fed to Goldberg, Hurt Business. And in 7 seconds, Cedric and Shelton were absolutely fucking destroyed. 7 seconds. That's sad, man. That's your Hurt Business reunion. You think they're just going to magically come back stronger than ever next week? No, that's Cedric and Shelton. That's how they've been booked, and they just got back together so Goldberg could make them look like even more of tools. I think they would have been better if they were off TV the last 2 weeks than to show up oddly with Hurt Business shirts, even though they just got fucking destroyed. Cedric got his ass fucking whooped, or Shelton, one of the two, both of them, kicked out of the Hurt Business. and then they just show up like lackeys, and then they get their asses kicked 7 nights later. They're almost better just chasing around fucking Reggie at that point. I mean, I couldn't believe how fast they got beat up by Goldberg. And I said this was going to happen last week. I said it. Go back and listen to the review. I'm not giving myself a pat on the back. I'm just trying to tell everybody that when I speak, you can listen up because it's most likely going to happen. That's how fucking bad this company is. We can predict what's going to happen way in advance. And unlike what Kofi says we need to stop predicting it and just enjoy it as fans. Kofi's got it ass backwards. We don't want to predict it. We want to enjoy it. So what we're asking is stop making the product so predictable. When you can see what they're doing miles in advance, weeks in advance, months in advance, that's not good. I mean, when you see a panic move like the Hurt Business getting together with no storyline, you got to know at that point it's for a reason, and it's not long-term booking. It's for short-term. It's just to be fed to Goldberg. So I'm going to stop at that, man. That's pretty fucking fucked up for the Hurt Business. I feel bad for anybody that truly felt like this was going to be a reunion. Anybody who out there last week after Raw went off the air, anybody that actually felt like the Hurt Business was back and you got excited, I feel bad for you guys. This was never about a reunion. This was about being fed to Goldberg so that they have some semblance of a storyline. What they don't realize is we've already seen this time and time again. They've always been the lackeys. And I like the Hurt Business. I was one of the biggest fucking advocates for being against them splitting them up way too early. But I knew that reunion was not a reunion last week. If you're going to do it the right fucking way. So I couldn't believe that, man. This is exactly what BC told you, man. They did a half-ass business reunion only to feed them to Goldberg. We saw this from miles away. I'm going to move on because there's nothing left to say. You're going to get the same shit if they decide to parade Goldberg out there next week. And at Crown Jewel, don't be surprised if Goldberg fucks them up again before the match or during the match. But Cedric and Shelton will look like idiots during this whole Goldberg bullshit. Just going to happen. After VKM had the Hurt Business embarrassingly job out to Goldberg in 7 seconds, Vince then had the Hurt Business lose a match in 4 minutes to the New Day. Woods defeats Cedric, I believe, with that flying elbow. So not only does the Hurt Business job out basically to Goldberg in 7 seconds, just get their asses kicked, but when we come back from commercial and a little bit of draft nonsense, they're still in the ring and they get beat up in 4 minutes by the New Day. So the Hurt Business look like losers because they were all the way around. Cedric and Shelton were double losers last night, 1 week after this supposed awesome reunion. Brah. Yeah, JR9, Woods rope walk elbow. Yep. That's what I thought I saw. I was jotting some notes and I looked up and he was already mid-air with the elbow. So I'm like, all right. He was either on the turnbuckle or the ropes. I just don't understand, man. You got to feel bad for Cedric and Shelton, man. Cedric was all excited last week too after he goes, "Did you miss us?" And I'm like, "No, bitch, because you know what this is doing, man. You know what you're going to do next week. You're going to be fucking jobbing the fuck out hardcore now, bro." That's one reunion I'm sure Cedric and Shelton did not want right now. We then have another segment with RK Bro and AJ Styles and Omos. Same shit we've been seeing the last 2 months, and we'll get more of the next 2 weeks because they're actually going to do this same fucking match again at Crown Jewel. That's no lie, man. That's the truth. They're going to do the same tag match at Crown Jewel. I mean, the whole fucking summer we've been seeing this shit with these 4 dudes. And we're getting it a fucking again, bro. I can't even fucking fathom this. And they teased an Omos versus Randy Orton singles match the whole night. And all that happened is they yelled at each other. Orton RKO's AJ Styles, and then Orton runs away with a riddle. And Omos is all irate. "I'm gonna get you!" Almost like Braun Strowman if you take his Capri Sun. I can't believe we're doing this. I mean, I am so done with RK Bro and Styles and Omos. I'm done with Styles and Omos. AJ Styles needs to look like one of the best wrestlers in the world again. This dude is losing steam and momentum by the day, by the show. I told you guys in last week's review, I'll reiterate it right now and I'll double down. When AJ Styles comes through that curtain, I have no feeling whatsoever for that dude. And that sucks because he is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And I said this last week and I'll double down again. Most, if not every single one of those wrestlers, when they come through the curtain, I have no emotion or connection to. That's sad. Growing up, man, you saw Hogan and Macho Man and Piper and Flair. Did I say Savage, Warrior? You had so many. Almost everybody, man. Even the Big Boss Man and Jake the Snake Roberts captivated me. But as you got older through the teenage years, man, you still have the Stone Cold Steve Austins, the Rocks, the Undertakers, even into adulthood, man. When you started seeing fucking Batistas and even the Goldberg, Goldberg even then, yeah. But Brock Lesnar. Thugonomics John Cena I always thought was pretty cool back then. Who else? Fucking Randy Orton was on top of his game back then in that aggression area. You still had people come through the curtain that you were like, there was a connection. You knew they were superstars. You knew they were larger than life. American Badass Undertaker. So even into adulthood. And now, I mean, you have nobody. Triple H's back in the day, all of them. Now, people come through the curtain. There's nothing, man. Aside from maybe The Fiend Bray Wyatt and maybe Roman Reigns. Now, the past 5 years, no. This year, yes, Roman. But The Fiend Bray Wyatt, I guess, which is so odd because that's one of the dudes that Vince McMahon said, yeah, we're going to get rid of you. One of the only motherfuckers that actually captivates the world. And he gets rid of Bray Wyatt. But nobody else, man. Nobody else. Somebody who's that? JR9? Edge, yep. Edge back in the day. Edge, I guess still, man. Edge still gives me those feels when he comes through the curtain because that's just old school. It's just in him. Edge has that it factor. So I should thank you, JR9. Edge is one of those dudes, when he comes through the curtain, he just electrifies instantly. But there's not a lot of them, man. Yeah, Juan, Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero, bro. No doubt, you had a feeling when they walked through the curtain. You don't get that anymore, bro. I understand people go, I like RK Bro. Okay, that's fine. Do you really get an exciting feeling when they walk through? If you do, that's awesome. I'm not even here to fucking pick on people or any of that. I don't even give a fuck. I got a long fucking day of work today, man. I'm going to probably get a fucking 16 minutes of sleep tonight at probably 5 a.m. So I don't even have time to fucking bullshit around. If you honestly get excited for people like RK Bro and you're like, oh my God, then that's awesome. But I know there's many people like BC that don't get those feelings, bro. We don't for RK Bro. We're not for Ricochet. We're not for fucking Sheamus or even Drew McIntyre. Not for Bobby Lashley and not even for Goldberg anymore. I don't know what got me on that tangent. Oh, I think it was RK Bro. Yeah, because you have talent in there, man. Randy Orton is still in WWE. He should be in fucking epic shit. Randy Orton, AJ Styles. And they're playing around in this tag team shit for it seems like an entire fucking year. I'm done with it, bro. And I know there's a lot of people like BC that are. Again, if you're cool with it, then you're getting what you want, Ben. Then you're listening to me and going, I'm okay with it, BC. That's great. But I'm done with Styles and Orton in this tag team shit. I'm done. Styles deserves something more creative than this. Orton, something more creative than this. I would have had Orton, the past 5 fucking years especially, I would have had Orton, one of my fucking staple mates in that company. Randy Orton would be looked at as a larger-than-life superstar because he should be. I wouldn't even have him playing around in a tag team. It's neither here nor there, bro. It's absolute fucking mind-boggling, but it shouldn't be with this company. This is what they do every show, basically. But if you're telling me that Styles doesn't deserve more than that, and I don't know when his contract ends, by the way. I think Vince probably has him tied up till maybe 2024. So Tony Khan can't offer him millions more until probably after 2024. But I think AJ is going to be a lifer. I think he already said that, didn't he? I think AJ said he's pretty much going to wrap up his career in WWE, so I don't even think he would go join his buddies in AEW. I don't know if anybody has news on or word on Styles' contract, but I think it's tied up through 2024. I don't know. But I just don't see him going anywhere. So man. All right, I'm was gonna stop. Can you tell I'm just done with this fucking tag team shit? The main event was who was the main event? Yes, Bianca Belair versus Charlie Flair. Oh, oh, big time Bex is on commentary. Now, a lot of you guys are saying, "Oh, just stop, man." Her on commentary. I want to put the TV on mute. I want to put on the ball game last night. I don't mind Becky Lynch on commentary. I don't. I thought she's pretty funny, man. I LOL like 7 times last night because she literally acts like a fucking kid if they're not saying something that's like making her look good. But I think that's good. I think that, I mean, I thought it was pretty fucking entertaining with Lynch. Suntivia, big time Bex is big time cringe. That's the general consensus that I'm getting, man. And trust me, they have botched Becky Lynch since she got back, no doubt. I mean, doing Bianca Belair dirty like that, the way that Vince did, no. And that did not help Becky at all because now Becky's a tweener. She's getting Becky chants, and then there's arenas that are booing the shit out of her. We don't know what to do with Becky now, and that's the worst position to be in. When people don't know what you truly are. Are you a face or are you a heel? Or are you a fucking tweener? That's what ruined Roman. Charlie Flair has turned face and heel 76 times. Do you guys realize that? Just like the Big Show and Kane and all them, man, how they turned face and heel 76 times. And that damages you big time because people don't know what the fuck you are anymore. The booking is just weird for Becky. But I will say this, her on commentary makes me laugh. It just does, man. She's funny on it. I just wish she stayed on it and didn't try to do anything in that match last night because that took what was actually a good match. I'm not surprised. It's Belair and it's Charlie. We saw what they did in NXT. We knew that they would deliver again. So this was a good match with a shit ending. That's the best way to kind of put it. Belair hits I believe it was the KOD. Little sloppy, but Charlie's a bigger woman. But not bigger, but a little bigger than Belair. But Belair is strong as fuck. So she actually got her up. KOD, I believe it was. And then Becky interferes and a DQ is called on the match because I believe Belair got called out. So I believe Charlie would be the victor. Yes. JR9, just confirm that for me, man. Trying to think clearly here, man. I just went over 3 hours of this shit show for you guys, man. So I believe Charlie wins via DQ, correct? Because I believe Belair was tossed out. Bianca wins by DQ. Okay, JR9. So, wait, Bianca hit the KOD. And oh, Charlie got pulled out then? So wait, Charlie got pulled out then? No, Bianca got pulled out, and that's why she won. Oh, I got you. Hey, can I say, man, I just went over 3 hours of the show for you. I deserve a botch. All right, give BC a mulligan here. give me a mulligan, JR and everybody. Yeah, that's what it was. So Belair did get dragged out, and obviously because it's almost like you're helping Charlie, so Belair gets a W. Yes, I got this. It's a little bit of a botch. It's all good. So Belair gets the W here. Listen, you had to have a little bit of a fuck finish. You had to. You cannot have Belair lose this clean. You can't have Charlie lose this clean. I get it. But couldn't you be more creative? They're having such a good match, and all of a sudden Becky just pulls out a leg. Come on, bro, man. Like, I'm asking for some creativity. Like, if you're going to do a fuck finish, this is the main event of Monday Night Raw. Let's get creative. Let's have fun with it. Let's make everybody look good in the process, and let's give the fans something special. Maybe even a little bit of a cliffhanger. So that's what I'm against, man. The actual way that the fuck finish was presented, but whatever. Sasha Banks hits the ring, man. Clears it. Sasha Banks, man, standing tall over Becky Lynch when it was all done. I think she took out Belair first and then even Becky. I think Charlie already ran away or something at that point. I'm trying to think back. I don't have it in the notes, but I think Charlie fucking just left. And Belair got popped and then, or got taken out. Belair and then Becky Lynch got dropped middle of the ring and Sasha Banks stood over her basically as the boss of the division. So I thought that was pretty fucking awesome. And not to mention, man, Sasha looked sporty as fuck and so damn hot in those blue warm-ups and matching blue kicks. Were those Ric Flair shoes? Because I saw a picture afterwards where it says woo at the bottom of them. So are those Charlie Flair official kicks? And is that what she wanted to wear to kind of, yeah, I'll take all of you out with your own fucking shoes? But, bro, man, Sasha Banks looked fucking on point last night. I love that sporty look anyway in a girl. You know what I mean? I don't like when a woman is all done up in a dress and shit. You know, I come from the projects, man. I'm a simple dude. I like for instance, I came from a project set in New England, man, where you put on a hoodie and a fucking baseball cap, and I'm gonna still think you're fucking beautiful as fuck. You know, I love sporty women. You know, I love that shit. So when she came out looking like Chili from TLC, BC was floored, bro. Because for those of you that don't know, new to the channel, man, Chili from TLC was my crush growing up. Chili, man. And that's exactly how Sasha was. You look at how Chili used to dress in her concerts or music videos. Sasha Banks was dressed just like Chili, man. So it brought back those old school fucking crush vibes on Chili, brah. Anyway, we can go another fucking hour on Sasha Banks being hot as fuck. Beautiful. But that's how we ended the show, man, standing over Becky Lynch. So at least we got some Sasha Banks, but you know, this is a pro Sasha Banks channel. We love Sasha Banks on this channel. We also love Bianca Belair. So it was sad to see Bianca get fucked up at the end, but it was cool to see Sasha standing tall on the red brand of all things. She is drafted over to SmackDown. Now, the only piece of business we have to do now is in this triple threat match at Crown Jewel, Sasha Banks has to win that championship. It has to be taken off Becky only because Becky is now on Raw. Sasha is on SmackDown. It's for the SmackDown title. You have to take that title of SmackDown. And then the only piece of the puzzle left remaining to be put in place is how do you take the belt off of Charlie Flair? Because it has to be taken off of Charlie Flair somehow. You cannot have them just do a swap. That is stupid. It makes everybody see that you had no plan, no care was put into it. That's got to stop. So that was your fucking show, man. That was your draft. I wish there was more positives in this motherfucker. There was draft parties last night, and there was nothing to party about. So I don't know. Did you guys like this show, man? Would you guys watch this show again? Yes or no? Was this a watchable show? Yes or no? Put it in the chat, man. I want you guys to speak up now. Is this a watchable show? Like, if you had this, knowing what you saw, knowing what you know now, would you actually watch this whole 3 hours? No fast forward button. Would you watch this whole thing? Yes or no? Oh, that's funny. Oh, you guys are just straight out, just nah. I'm seeing fuck no's, nah, nope, no. Javi Woo, it could have been worse. That's true, man. It is true. There was at least some things that I was kind of like the Sasha thing, and I was like, all right. Javi Woo, common sense and logic is where everybody's probably coming in and saying, hell no. SOS, hell to the motherfucking no. Bruh, it's... Yeah, Trev, you're kind of right, man. I think Sasha was the only part. Sasha was the only good part. I think Trev is kind of right there, man. I said there was a few good parts. Trev is kind of right. I think the only thing I did speak positively about was Sash. Kevin, I just watched the YouTube clip. Yeah, you probably saved yourself there. Dude, this is an overwhelming, man. What War Dog's right. I shouldn't have even asked. But I gotta fucking, I like to gauge my audience, man. Make sure I'm catching everything, man, that I'm supposed to be reviewing. You know, sometimes I'm in the notes. I may miss something. I know you guys didn't like the call of the fruit roll-up on Ali that I called a fruit roll-up, but I just know that's what it was supposed to be, like a full one, and I think it was stupid. So I put it in there just to fucking punish WWE a little bit. That's right, I did it. So that was your fucking show, man. Hold on, there was another round of supers too I want to get to, man. I got to get to the super screen. I got it. I got the, okay, I just got to see where I left off, guys. Hold on, give me a second here. Maximus Sage, 5-spot Maximus. What up, Maximus? This company, I swear, KO looks miserable, and I feel he is going to get the Dean Mox treatment on his way out. P.S. Go, Pack, go. Welcome back, Cobb. It was so good to see Rogers to Cobb this past week, man, in that Steelers game. Yeah, Maximus. It was... Cobb belongs in Green Bay. I mean, you just see the uniform, you see his energy. He's smiling again. It was so good to see Maximus Sage. And yeah, my Packers bounce back nice, man. 3-1 now. And yeah, Kevin Owens looks miserable as fuck. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get an AEW. The only problem is, how is Tony Khan going to find more room for Kevin Owens now? I mean, he can't be signing everybody. This is going to get it's going to get interesting, man. Some of these dudes are going to have to eventually go to Impact Wrestling, even ROH. Maximus Sage, thanks, brother. Delron Utse. Delron, 2-spot. Keep speaking that truth, BC. Red team, go. Delron, I appreciate it, man. Much love and respect to Delron. Joey's Adventures, 2-spot. Are the Tion, Shaw, and Dunridge storylines over now? Vince McMahon has his thumbs on everything now, Joey's Adventures. So everything you once knew, especially NXT and all that, with Ridge done and all that, Joey's Adventures, that's done the moment that Vince McMahon snaps his fingers. He doesn't care, Joey's Adventures, you know this. He doesn't care if it makes sense or not. He's going to end that shit. And I would not doubt if that's totally finished right now. Or you might see it like wrap up in a night, in one show. I wouldn't doubt it, Joey's. I don't know the actual answer because I haven't delved into that yet. But I would not doubt it with this dude. Juan De La Pez. Juan, 5-spot. Hey, BC, what up? What up, Juan? WWE needs to keep the mic away from Becky. Her instigating Charlie in Belair was so awkward and bad. I just turned off the TV. So, Juan, you're like the majority, it looks like, that does not want to hear her on commentary. Just like in AEW, a lot of people are upset with Chris Jericho, how he's always screaming on commentary in AEW. I don't mind Jericho. I love it. And I didn't mind Becky last night because I actually laughed at most of the shit she was saying. It was so absurd and funny. But I totally understand. Part of my job here, man, is to gauge my audience. And if a lot of you guys are saying it just wasn't working, then I have to take that into consideration in my reviews. That's why I'm not going to say she needs to be on commentary more. Just because it made me laugh, just because I liked it, does not mean it was best for business. If the majority of the people are saying no, I got to listen to people like Juan, man. So you're right, Juan. A lot of people are not happy with that. Shut the TV, muted that shit. BC's Blue Marker 2-spot. Crown Jewel is where Big E and Drew match. Yeah, but most likely BC's Blue Marker. I don't know if that's already been made official. I thought once Big E said yes to it, I thought they didn't make it official yet. By now it probably is, obviously. We all know where that's going. But I thought at first they were kind of like, oh, we have to see where it is. But either way, you know that's going to be Crown Jewel. BC's Blue Marker. Drew McIntyre and Big E. Unique Butterfly. Unique made this shit. What up, Unique? 5-spot coffee. I don't watch Raw last night because I was too busy binge watching Gotham based on Batman. All in all, it just seems like desperation to me. That's all it's been, Unique Butterfly. It's all been desperation. And your options was either Batman or bam, kapow, Nikki Ash. So I think you made the right call, man. If you have an almost superhero on one hand, but on the other hand, you can get an actual superhero in Batman, then you chose Batman. Nobody's going to fucking dock you for those points. Nobody's going to dock points for you for choosing Batman over boom, kapow, Nikki Ash. You made the right decision, Unique Butterfly. Ray Hunt, 10-spot, couple of coffees. What up, Ray Hunt? Ray Hunt says Vince did this title swap crap during the last draft with the Profits and the New Day. Exactly. And remember how people were like, really, bro? And this will be even worse. With the Profits and the New Day. Also, Raw may as well switch to 2 hours. Would be less fruit roll-ups we'd have to endure. WWE is on life support. No lies detected, Ray Hunt. 2 hours, as I've said several times in this review, 2 hours would drastically help everybody. The network, the company, Vince, the fans. And you're right. It would, by proxy of elimination alone, it would eliminate fruit roll-ups, or at least some more fruit roll-ups, and redundancy in rematches. And in those 2 hours, I would even have jobber matches. If you're going to have 2-minute matches anyway, make them have jobbers. Make a superstar look like a superstar by beating the shit out of a no-name nobody. But don't have a superstar in there with a superstar, because somebody's got to lose, and that other superstar, over time, if he loses too much, is not going to be viewed as a superstar anymore. And that's what has happened for the entire roster, basically. That's a long-winded answer there, Ray Hunt, but Just had to speak that truth. Unique Butterfly, 10-spot, couple of quofies. I now understand why the brand split needs to be eliminated. It's not like the Attitude or even Ruthless Aggression eras where the larger-than-life superstars were present. Now they need to build them without the split. And that's the problem, Unique. You're exactly right. They have to build superstars. They refuse to do that. So when you get to a draft, nobody gives a fuck about everybody being named. Even your biggest names like Rollins and Edge, for instance, both going to Raw. But we just saw both of them feuding in SmackDown. So this is supposed to be a draft that shakes things up, but you're bringing the same players over to another brand to no doubt wrestle each other, fight each other, and get into another feud over the next year. 13 more times. Because that's what's going to happen. Unique Butterfly. No doubt. Carlos Ray, 5-spot. Carlos, BC, have you seen Ricochet's rebuttal on Jericho's comment on how do you screw up Ricochet? It's about 25 minutes of hate. I didn't, Carlos. I didn't check that out. If I have any time, I'll try to at least put that on in the background, man, while I'm doing work. But I pretty much got to hit the road for the bulk of the next 96 hours. But I'll try to put that on and play that at some point, Carlos. Ricochet's been saying a lot. I think Ricochet is another one, Carlos, that's kind of upset with his booking finally. I think Ricochet's one of those dudes that has stopped blaming fans for being upset with his booking. And Ricochet's now like, wait, they only want to help me. Like, they're pissed off at my booking because they do like me. I think Ricochet is now thinking, as Trevor, the dude that plays Ricochet, Trevor is thinking, they're right. I'm being booked like fucking trash, and that's only when I am being used. So he's starting to speak up a lot more, too. And Jericho, Carlos, has always been outspoken, man. He's never going to hold back anything, so I love that. Thank you, Carl. SOS TDM 617, 5-spot. What up, SOS? What's up, BC? What up, dude? And Amp Unit. I got to stop in right quick. Your Yankees are going down tonight, bro. Boston. SOS repping Boston over there. I'll be there working. Also, what I miss on Raw. Hey, have a good time at the game, bro. I know you'll be working, but sneak some fucking looks at the field, man, and watch my Yankees whoop that ass. You didn't miss anything on the show, bro. All you got to do is check out the last hour and a half of this review, and you'll be all caught up, bro. So, SOS, thanks for the love and support, man. Right back to you. Have a kick-ass time working that game over in Fenway. War Dog, 5-spot coffee, just sitting back and thinking this truly is the worst of times of WWE. Nothing makes sense. It's weird. It's cringe. It's just pure shit. Best way to word it, War Dog. I should probably just open up these Raw reviews with that, man. It's the worst times of WWE. Makes no sense. It's weird. It's cringe. It's pure shit. War Dog just summed it up for all of us in one sentence. Thank you, brother. Kevin, what up, Kevin Langhoff? Haven't seen Kevin in a minute. Kevin with a 5-spot says, how would you feel about Sasha versus Charlotte at Mania this year? It has been 5 years since they feuded in Dallas, was Sasha's first Mania. Oh, Dallas, yeah, that's right. It has been some time. They were involved in some of the best women's matches that I can remember. So I'll say this, Kevin. If done correctly storyline-wise, I know you're thinking it's already sitting in all of our laps because of their history. But I would need more than just history, Kevin. I want something added on to it. Something new storyline-wise and creative. If they can do that, I would absolutely be on board with Charlotte and Sasha again at a WrestleMania. But they would have to be flawless, Kevin. Because it's not just 5 years ago that we saw it, like you said, Kevin. It's how many times we saw it. We saw these two take on each other, it seems like 10 fucking times. Probably just a handful. But no, if you count their actually Raw shows and stuff like that, televised match, I think it was closer to 10. So that's what I mean. I mean, when you're such a big spotlight and you've wrestled each other so many times, I'm going to need another layer if I'm going to see Sasha and Charlotte at Mania. But Kevin, I'd be on board if that's what you're asking. It's just Charlotte being in another main event at WrestleMania. That's another thing, Kevin, before I move on to SOS with another 2-spot. Kevin, are people going to want to see Charlie Flair in another fucking WrestleMania main event? I still don't think there's a drastic connection with fans yet. WWE doesn't even know. Vince doesn't even know how to get fans connected with Charlie. That's why you've seen Charlie do a face and a heel turn 76 times. That's why every show, Kevin, you know this, we don't know if Charlie is supposed to be the heel or the face. It's almost like she's winging it every show depending on what circumstance or segment she's in with whoever else. So, I mean, there's times where Charlie is a heel, but she's acting like a face. There's times where she's a face, but she's acting like a heel. You don't know because there's no fucking connection. So Vince is just throwing anything at the wall and hoping that it actually fucking sticks there long enough for people to care. But it's just not. So anyway, that was a long-winded answer, Kevin. People would have to care about this. BC would be down if they did it flawlessly. Exactly, Block Ice. Big Show, Kane, I bring up people like that. No doubt. Same predicament as Charlie Flair. They turned Big Show and Kane face and heel so many times that they actually ruined the Big Show and Kane beyond repair. SOS, TDM 617, two-spot. Wrestling these days equals no one larger than life. Nobody. Roman and Bray Wyatt were the only ones. Man, Edge still, as Jared9 said earlier. Edge, obviously, but that's old school. But for the New Day, Roman's new character, you could definitely look at the way he's being booked, and Bray Wyatt. They got rid of one of them, so now you're having Roman Reigns carry an entire company on his back, on his shoulders, because nobody else is larger than life. Nobody. Again, Edge is a lot more limited than what he was back in the day. So yeah, SOS. TDM 617. Carlos ran another 5-7. BC, can you imagine that this is the way that Styles ends his career? Pathetic. And that's why, Carlos, it can't be. I think Styles knows he needs that one last huge singles run, maybe even with a world title. And if you respect it, Vince McMahon respected this dude the way that we respect him, AJ Styles would have his farewell tour with that world title. But there's no way he can end his title like this, man. Just being like a mid-carder, because that's what Vince is booking him as and has been. So, Carlos, the answer is no. I cannot imagine that, and it better not happen. Carlos. Enforcer 2K9. What up, Enforcer? 2K9, 5-spot coffee. Am I tripping, or have we not gotten Sasha, Becky, or even Becky Bailey on the main roster before? Sasha, Becky. Yeah, we did. We got that on the we got that at Hell in a Cell, didn't we? Hey, Jared9, can you tell me if Sasha and Becky was Hell in a Cell? Is that what you mean, Enforcer? Have they ever faced each other? And as far as Becky and Bailey, I thought we saw that as well. Somebody correct me in the chat if not. Enforcer 2K9. I'm trying to get an answer for you. Christopher, thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Jared9, 2019, and Christopher. Thank you, guys. A lot of you guys are coming in now to help me out here. Thank you. So, Hell in a Cell 2019, you saw. So, they did face each other, Enforcer 2K9. And what about Bailey and Becky, guys? Did we see that one before? I'm guessing maybe 10 times. Oh, maybe not. Becky and Bailey have never feuded. So, there you go, Enforcer 2K9. You were half right, bro. I didn't even think of that, man. So, okay, so in the future, we do have something to look forward to if Vince decides to give us a treat. And if he does it correctly, man, you could do Becky and Bailey pretty cool. However, Becky now is playing more of the role of heel. And if Bailey does come back on the Raw brand, if she comes back on Raw, then she's a heel too, right? Or does she come back and it's been so long that they bring her back as a face? Sometimes when you're a heel, but you've been gone a while and people do respect you, you come back with that big pop and they make you a face. So I guess that could work. Or does she go to SmackDown where she, reignites a feud with a Sasha Banks again? I don't know, man. And then Asuka. You got to believe wherever Bailey goes, Asuka's going to go in the opposite brand. So yeah, Enforcer 2K9. That was a good question, man. Sasha and Becky, we definitely did. I remember that from a Hell in a Cell. My people are telling me it was in 2019. Becky and Bailey, my people are telling me we did not see that. So there you go, brother. That was actually a good question because I thought we had seen that before. Let me make sure I got everybody, guys. Hold on. Nope, there was some more that came in while I was going over that latest round. So hold on. Actually, a lot more came in. So let me try to get you guys. Let me get a swig and I'll get to all you guys. I promise you, man. I'll stay here 2 hours later if needed. War Dog, 5-spot. We all said no, but honestly, a lot of us still watch Raw every week. Sadly, I am one of them. War Dog is talking about when I just asked you guys, knowing what you now know about this show, would you go back and watch the entire 3 hours with no fast forward button? And all you guys said no. War Dog is right, but War Dog knows he's a tried and true member of this channel. We watch, us tried and trues anyway, we watch out of habit and hope. And War Dog, you know that's why you mainly watch, just like BC and a lot of us. Habit, because we've been doing this most of our lives, and hoping that one day, one show, Vince actually pulled his own head out of his own ass, and maybe we'll get a good show. And we want to be there for it. It's like if you have a sports team that just cannot make the playoffs. Fuck a championship. They can't even make the playoffs every year. We all know there's a lot of teams like that. But fans don't just ditch. They watch every season. Habit and hope, because they love the team, man. We truly love WWE. We want to see it succeed. It just sucks. WWE is the worst it's ever been. And it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. But the rating is still pulling in some number because there are people like us that tune in out of habit and hope. You know, we love pro wrestling, man. But at some point, a lot of people are starting to turn their backs on WWE because they've had enough. It's like even habit and hope is not getting us by. So War Dog, you're right. But a lot of people are starting to turn their back even on habit and hope. And that's where Vince has to be careful. War Dog, much love and respect, man. We Whackin' Willie, 2-spot. Did you hear the We Want Wyatt chants on Rampage? I did, bro. You got to believe We Whackin' Willie that he's going to AEW. There's no way that Impact is big enough for Bray Wyatt. And Bray knows that. Can Impact even afford Bray Wyatt? And even though Tony Khan has so many people right now in that roster, there's no way. If Bray Wyatt is a free agent, there's no way you don't pull this guy into your company. But yeah, the fans know what they want, man. It doesn't matter if you liked his booking in WWE or not. You knew that Bray Wyatt was one of the only captivating wrestlers. Even the people that complained about his booking and magic and voodoo, they still were fucking in tune to every segment that he was in. And we know this because you look at on this platform. He had the highest rated vids. His merchandise was the #1 sellers. His segments on the show were the highest rated. That's how we know. Anybody can tell you, no, that's not true. But we know by the statistics and by the numbers that it's factual. Bray Wyatt was larger than life. So they know in AEW that he's a free agent, and Weed Whackin' Willie, they know exactly where they want him to show up. And that's why you're going to continue to get those chants until he does show up. And was that on Rampage? Yeah. Wasn't that still filmed in Rochester, or no? Were they somewhere different? Was that last week? Because Rochester, they all thought he was actually might show up there due to false reports. Or maybe they were in fucking Cleveland. I forgot, man. Was it WWE that was in Cleveland? Yeah, pre-taped. JR9, thank you. So that was Rochester. So they actually thought they might get him too. So don't forget that. Carlos Ray, 5-spot BC. Looks like we find out this Wednesday if the doc has closed if the doctor has closed in AEW or not. Murphy. This Wednesday if the doc has closed in AEW or not. Murphy. What doctor? What are you talking about, Carlos? Find out this Wednesday on Murphy. Murphy absolutely, I believe, is AEW bound because he had the same video packages as Ruby, Soho, and Malachi Black. So it'd be weird if he's working in cahoots with them video-wise and then he shows up in like Impact. Or was it already announced? Murphy's AEW, right? Oh, I got you, Carlos. If JR9, if the door closed. BC, looks like we find out Wednesday if the door has closed in AEW or not. Murphy, I got you, Carlos. JR9 hooked it up, man. Thank you, JR9. Yeah, so Carlos, I think Murphy would have to go there. There was no confirmation that Buddy Matthews, I believe, is the name he's going by now, right? But I don't think anybody. Yeah, I got you, Carlos. I don't think anybody has confirmed that Matthews is going to Impact, so I think it's AEW for sure. I think, as AJP Gamer said, man, I said this for a while. After Wyatt, you have to close that door. I'm sorry, Kevin Owens, man. He obviously belongs in AEW way more than WWE, as does the Bearcat Keith Lee and fucking Karrion Kross. All of them would probably do better there, man. All of them, the entire roster. But at some point, you have to just like you have to shut that door. I think Murphy is, yeah, it's not confirmed. Thank you, Jared. So you got to believe Murphy because you look at the video packages. It's in line with Soho and especially Malachi. So Murphy's definitely showing up there. And he belongs there. I mean, if anybody fits anywhere perfectly, it's Murphy in AEW. But Bray Wyatt, bro, there's no way you can have him as a free agent and not show up there too. And then you have to shut that door. So Carlos, that was a long answer, as most of mine are. But I say no, the door is not closed yet. Murphy's going to come on through. Probably Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, Buddy Matthews. They're going to come through. And then we have to shut that door, Carlos. Lock that shit, unlike fucking Edge and Beth Phoenix. Carlos. And yeah, Carlos, I saw your just now as well. Hold on, Carlos. I got your correction on there too, that 5-spot coffee. The door is closed on AEW. Murphy is supposed to show up. Yeah, so Carlos, I don't, fuck supposed to. I think he does. Now, the thing is, Carlos, do you have him just appear on Wednesday, or do you give this some time? CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, baby, they all just came up in a small amount of time, 2 of them in the same night. And the ratings didn't really jump off the chart. The ratings didn't really pump up, man. So do you give this time to, I mean, do you just keep bringing in people already? And the ratings are just not there, man. People are kind of burnt out on pro wrestling. So do you give this some time? Do you maybe try to hold it off until maybe around Survivor Series? Compete a little bit more with WWE and their big Survivor Series event. I would hold off Murphy, and I would hold off Wyndham Rotunda until November. Maybe even the end. I think right now it's too fucking close. CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole. You got Malachi and Andrade you're still trying to fucking maneuver. Poor Christian is fucking hanging in the background right now with Luchasaurus and fucking the boy from the jungle. You know what I mean? You're still trying to find room for Orange Cassidy. Brian Cage is already pissed off in saying that people are not being booked correctly because there's too many people. Hold off for a minute. You know what I mean? You just had all of these debuts. Let's hold off before you get Murphy in. Let's hold off before you get Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda. That's what I'm saying, man. I think we have to be a little bit smarter about this. Tony Khan has been smart as fuck so far. He has juggled everybody beautifully. Now Tony Khan has to get even more smarter and hold off. Sometimes patience is a virtue. Axl Rose once said it best for Guns N' Roses. Axl Rose says, all we need is just a little patience. I think that's what Tony Khan needs, man, in pro wrestling right now. So we'll see, man. But Carlos, yeah, that's the deal on Murphy for sure. Osea Weidman, what up, Osea 199? Ridge Holland, Alpha Academy? Didn't think about that, but I would say, yeah. I would think, I mean, if you're going to place him anywhere, I think when you have somebody that a lot of people seriously don't know anything about, it's good to place him in a team or faction type scenario sometimes. Ridge Holland would be that exception, no doubt. Osea Weidman. So I'm down with that. Enforcer 2K9, 2-spot. Never mind, BC. I forgot Sasha Becky at Hell in a Cell. So Enforcer 2K9 corrected himself before BC even mentioned it. But yeah, I immediately thought of that Hell in a Cell match with Sasha and Becky. But you were right, Enforcer 2K9. Becky and Bayley never have faced each other on the main roster. So that's interesting. So either way, you brought up a good point, Enforcer 2K9. Javi Woo 31, 5-spot. Javi Woo. BC, Shotzi and Tegan faced Natty and Tamina on the Super Show last Saturday in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Now they got split up. Roman and Charlie got the best pop. Yeah, man, there's some crowds where Charlie will get fucking cheered big time, you know? And obviously, man, much respect for Andrade too, I'm sure. So maybe that had a little bit of rub, but Roman is doing the best work of his career, so that doesn't shock me. But yeah, Javi, you're telling me that they faced each other. Now, that was for the titles, I'm guessing, Javi, right? So are they going to try to say that that was their title match, maybe? Oh, no, wait. They don't even have the... Tamina and Natty don't have the titles. What am I saying? That's Ash and Rhea. So, yeah, it makes no fucking sense either way you look at it, Javi. Thanks for that info, but it's a nonsensical tag match, but that's Vince for you. Javi Woo 31. Kevin Langoff. Kevin with another 5-spot coffee. I would have had Charlotte vacate the title via an injury angle or something, and then have the winner of the Queen's Crown be the new Raw Women's Champ. Yeah, Kevin, I would have done something like that because they have this. It's almost like the King of the Ring, which they're also having, but for the women, it's the Queen's Crown tournament. So you could have done something where the title is up for grabs in that with the crown. So I agree, Kevin, but what you're doing, Kevin, is you're putting thought into this. You can't do that with WWE. Vince doesn't like that. Kevin, thank you. Dave Mealy, 1999, 20 spot, man. 1999, that's 4 Starbucks, 6 or 7 Dunkins. Dave Mealy's a rock star, dude. I haven't watched a full episode of Raw or SmackDown in years. I've been a pro wrestling fan for almost 35 years, and I'm slowly starting to see the WWE starting to look like WCW right before it went bankrupt. And Dave Mealy, I'm going to say something that might be not too popular. I might be in my own fucking island on this. Dave, not only are you correct, I'm seeing the same thing. I actually enjoyed WCW before it went out of business more than what I'm enjoying out of WWE right now. So I know that's a bold statement, but even when WCW was going out of business, I would take that over what we're seeing in WWE over the last 3 to 5 years especially. So Dave, not only am I agreeing with you, I'm taking it a step fucking further, bro. Dave Mealy, thank you, dude. Carlton's up in this bitch. What up, Carlton Bartley? 5-spot coffee. I can't wait until Shayna comes across Xia so that Xia can knock her the fuck out the same way she did to her good friend Mercedes Martinez. That was some real shit when Martinez took that crack in NXT, bro, and got walloped or baka'd. And that would be fun, Shayna versus Xia. If they lead to that, Carlton, that's a take my money match. That's going to be fun as fuck, and a lot of people are going to be into that. And because it's on SmackDown, it would be well presented much more than if it was on Raw. But I want you guys just to think about what Carlton Bartley brought up. Xia Li versus Shayna. It's pretty badass, man. And I can't wait to see more of Xia Li. And I'm so glad she's on the blue brand because they'll fuck her up a lot less, at least. She might even be used properly, but way more than the red brand would have used her. But Carlton, that's fun, man. Baszler versus Xia Li. Sign me up for that shit. Ashley Steggles. What up, Ashley? $8.99. BC, what the fuck was those draft decisions all about? Tegan and Shotzi split before they got their tag team championship match. Natty and Tamina split. Has Vince been smoking something he shouldn't? He's hanging out in Riddle's locker room with Randy Orton, Ashley. No, but it doesn't make sense even before that. Because Ashley, I'm sure you're thinking the same way BC is and so many others that are thinking logically. You're sticking Omos by the hip of Styles, and you're sticking Rick Boogs with Shinsuke. And there was a few other groups too from Friday that they're sticking people together, even if they're not really a tag team. But then with these groups like Natty and Tamina, they just break them up. And then with fucking Tegan Nox and Shotzi, who are owed a title match, they just break them up. Well, then there's no rules then. This is just anarchy. And if there's no rules to the draft, that's going to take people out right from the jump. They're going to look at this as a farce. They're going to look at this as nobody's in control. And when somebody thinks that nobody's in control of the ship, people are going to want to jump ship. And that's why you're seeing the ratings where they're going, man. This draft is just the latest example, Ashley Steggles, of exactly what has been the problem of this company for the longest time. They don't care, and they don't even remember their own booking. That's how erratic it is. It's the truth. Chubless the Bear. What up, Chubless? 2-spot. What up, big dog? He's got the biceps flowing. He's got the coffee flowing as well, man. The biceps rocking and the coffee flowing. I got you, Chubless the Bear. What up, dude? Much love and respect right back to you, Chubless the Bear. JDE 10 spa. What up, dude? If we do get Sasha versus Charlotte, Sasha better win this time. I know that. I like Charlotte, but it's time for her to put over Sasha. Everybody except Sasha to put over, but not Charlotte and Becky. So JDE, you actually like Charlotte. That's something you don't hear usually on this platform anyway. So you even know, and this is why I love comments like this, because somebody like JDE, who even likes Charlotte, but admits Sasha has to walk away with a fucking title here, or Sasha has to win that match if her and Charlotte ever do wrestle again down the road. Because this is with an earlier question that we had about Charlotte and Sasha one day main eventing WrestleMania. Absolutely. And JD in the chat down says Charlotte is overbooked. No doubt. Tenfold. So I absolutely agree. And when you said everybody except Sasha to put over, but not Charlotte and Becky. It's like with Sasha, JD, you remember their old matchups, man. There was matches where Charlotte should not have been beating Sasha. Like just storyline wise. And just what it does for everybody. But Charlotte still went over. So it's good to know that somebody who even likes Charlotte understands that shit. So. Yeah. Everybody expects Sasha to put over, but not Charlotte and Becky. Is that what JD, is that what you're saying? I know you botched up the end of that paragraph, man, but I'm trying to clean it up. I know what you're saying either way, bro. You ain't got to clean it up. I got you. Quincy Gray, 20. Quincy with that 20 spot, bro. 4 Starbucks, 6 or 7, maybe even 8 Dunkins if I just get a regular medium. Quincy Gray, 20 spot here. Here's where I make the 24/7 title relevant. Have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal for the title at WrestleMania winner, not only for the title, but not get defended 24/7. I can't keep up with this, Quincy. I got to slow it down. Here's where I make the 24/7 title relevant. Have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal for the title at WrestleMania. The winner not only for the title, but not get defended for the month. Not only in real matches, it gets defended. I don't even know where that's going, Quincy. At WrestleMania, the winner not only gets for the title, but not gets defended for a month. Only in real matches, it gets defended. I think it's time for it to go, to be honest, Quincy. Much love, respect. Thank you for the coffee, but I think the 24/7 title, it had a chance to be a good concept. I don't mind the concept. I remember back in the day, the 24/7 title was fun. It was original. It was unique. I used to love the segment. So I was like, yeah, bring it back. Have them fucking in the supermarket or something once in a while. I don't give a fuck. They made this so bad, and they have dragged it on for so long so bad. I think, Quincy, there is no more trying to fucking reignite this. Quincy Gray, I respect that, and that'd probably be the only way to help revise it. But I say do away with that shit. That's what I say, Quincy. Much love and respect. Right back to you, dude. Thank you for the support always. I can fucking speak. Let me get another swig. Is Jennifer Pierce up in here? I can fucking speak. Quincy Gray. PB Silla Pride's up in this bitch. $9.99. Imagine watching your favorite TV show. Instead of 22 fresh episodes, they just repeat the season premiere 22 times for 6 seasons. Would you keep watching? No. So why should WWE be any different? And I say that all the time, PB Silla Pride. I say that all the fucking time. Watching these Raws, it's like you're watching it. Like if you were to watch your favorite, imagine watching your favorite episodes of Walking Dead. Or no, your worst favorite, I should say. Or your show, whatever your favorite show is. Pick your worst episode you've ever seen. Like, they should have never done that episode. Now, picture watching that every week. It's basically Raw. Literally, it's basically Raw, bro. PB Silla Pride is so fucking right, man. Oh, I tell you. Hold on, I think there was a... Hold on. Is Jennifer Pierce up in this bitch? I saw some Hey Jennifer. I don't see Jennifer Pierce up in this bitch. I don't think so. I don't see any fucking... Where are you guys seeing Jennifer? Or are you just saying hi because I asked if... Yeah, no. Jeremiah, thank you. Yeah, Jennifer's usually part of the thousands that come in later. So, I'm always appreciative. I know I'm the last one to always do these reviews. Everyone tries to do it right after the show. Most views, money, all that, man. Everybody just jumps right into it, and everybody competes with one another. It's so silly, man. I come fucking cruising in the next day with my coffee. Hundreds of you guys shoot the shit with BC live. Thousands afterwards. You guys are the best, brah. So I know there's thousands of people that are going to catch this within the next 36 hours. I understand that. PB Sillapride is, yeah, PB Sillapride. Absolutely, man. It's like the same fucking show of your favorite show, but the worst episode nonstop. Sheriff Rivers, 5 spot. Go Sox, by the way. Sheriff Rivers going for the Red Sox tonight. Go Yankees, damn it. You guys are the best, man. It's going to be a rough game, man. I'm going to be fucking flipping the fuck out the entire time, I'm sure. Because that's what this team, my Yankees, man. Nothing is easy for them. This whole season has just been wanting to put your dome piece to a brick fucking wall. Hold on, there was more too. I was going over all them, man. You guys are fucking rocking it, dude. Enforcer 2K9 with another 2 spot. Imagine being a Sacramento Kings fan. Habit and hope. There you go, man. Detroit Lions come to mind. For the longest time, it was the Chicago Cubs. So yeah, Enforcer 2K, man, like there's teams that like they can't even make the playoffs most of the time, but fans don't just stop watching. Pro wrestling's kind of the same thing. We love pro wrestling. We still want to see the company succeed, but we're not happy with the performance. And you're gonna hear us roar. Hear lion roar. You're gonna hear us pissed off, man. You know, it's just gonna happen. Absolutely. The Sacramento Kings, same thing. Enforcer 2K9. Carlos Ray, 5 spot. Yeah, I got Carlos, man, when we talked about the door being closed for Murphy. Carlos with another coffee says, I'm calling it. Shayna wins Queen's crown. Now, Carlos, here's the thing, bro. And I'd be cool with that, Carlos. Here's the fucking thing. Remember, didn't she destroy everybody in an elimination chamber a couple years ago? I believe it was Shayna that destroyed everybody inside the elimination chamber, and then they gave her nothing afterwards, and she became a jobber. So, Carlos, I'm cool with that, but after she wins it, you better push the fuck out of her. That's it. Give her the rocket. Because you cannot have her win the Queen's crown, and then she just becomes irrelevant. You just wasted the Queen's crown tournament. You just wasted a prime opportunity for Shayna, and Shayna has been done dirty so much. She is basically, when you use the term buried in pro wrestling, Shayna's right there with Ricochet and the Viking Raiders. So to bring her back up from being unburied, you have a lot of work to do. The Queen's crown would only be the first step. So Carlos, I'm down with it, but you know just as well as BC, you're going to have to do a lot of work after the Queen's crown is approached onto, or on top of Shayna Baszler's dome piece, man. A lot of work has to be done afterwards. But Carlos, I'd be down with it. Clearly. At least they're starting to bump her up again, breaking everybody's fucking arms to get to the tournament. BC's Blue Marker, 2 spot. I'm a Lacey Evans lover myself. Lacey Evans, a Southern Belle. She's coming back soon after she has her kids. I don't know why I just did from the Whisperers in Walking Dead. Who was that? Alpha? What is it you want? If you cross this line, you're in trouble. That was Alpha from Walking Dead. That just became my Lacey Evans. Don't worry, BC's Blue Mark. You're going to be getting Lacey Evans much sooner rather than later. She's on her way back, I'm sure. Has she had the kid? I forgot if she already had the kid or not. I know Ronda Rousey just had hers. Isn't it some crazy name, too? Like Chabaka Waka and Kagahuga Hamada? What the fuck is Ronda's baby's name? Does anybody know? Does anybody know Ronda's baby? Wasn't it some crazy name? Rue. R-O-U-X. But wasn't it longer than that and Rue is short? I thought it was a long name, guys. That's definitely Alpha War Dog. I just don't see why you gotta cause trouble when there don't need to be any. But if you cross this line, you're gonna know who the Alpha is. Beta, man. I always thought Beta would be a good pro wrestler. Beta was strong as fuck. The way he manhandled fucking Daryl. You ever see how Daryl talks? He's all like, what are you? I'm going to find Rick. It's all right. I'm going to find Rick. It doesn't matter. I'm going to take out Alpha, and then I'm going to find Rick. I don't know what I'm doing now, man. Doing Walking Dead is way more fucking entertaining than... Yes! What's the fucking kid's name? Who is it? La Akia? La Akia Makalhuka Makahuka Pakahumpa Brown. Exactly. Isn't that the real name? La Akia Makalapa Una Oka Alahana Hipohona I can't even try, man. That's not even shade, man. But best to Ronda. I'm proud of her and try. I have so much respect for Ronda and Trav, and they've been trying to get a baby for so long. I don't understand that. I mean, sure it has name. I don't even know what I'm saying, man. I'm sure it has value to them, and that's all that matters. But fuck, if people are gonna try to write that out on a card or something, or they want to send you a congratulations, they gotta write out laka haka hika maka hoka hoka paka hoka poo poo poom. That's a lot, man. They gotta literally put out 27 minutes out of their day just to write a congratulations card. I mean, I don't know how you guys can fucking do that, man. Anyway, these names are getting much fucking crazier, man. Oh, we get to watch that live, man. 300. I haven't even checked that out in like 20 fucking minutes. Bro, we're about to go to 300 live on the stream, man, for a Raw review. And you know, nobody watches these shows on Monday nights. So to be able to be crushing it, man, the next day on a review, that's fucking awesome, man. We're now on our way to 400, man. So thank you guys so much. That's pretty badass. Anyway, I don't know what got me on Ronda's name. Oh, yeah, BC's blue mark on Lacey Evans. She'll be back soon. She's either still pregnant or she just had her baby. So all the best to Lacey Evans. Sheriff Rivers, 5-spot coffee. Thoughts on Hit Row being upset at fans for saying they're not ready? Yeah, Hit Row is upset because a lot of people... What I'm seeing, though, Sheriff Rivers, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't do the whole, the whole interweb machine is fucking stupid to me. But I thought a lot of people are saying we like Hit Row, but maybe they're not ready. I mean, we just know how they're going to be used on the main roster. And that's why it's kind of one of those deals where, oh, you could be a lot more impactful right now in NXT. Keep working your ass off. And then make a big splash when you arrive. Let more people really get captivated by you, know you, understand your whole shtick. I still don't think that a lot of people even know Hit Row right now because a lot of people are not watching NXT. So revise your brand, have them be a centerpiece. I thought that's what a lot of people were saying. I thought a lot of people were not dissing Hit Row. They were literally they were saying maybe not right now. Or this wasn't a good spot for them in this draft. I thought that's what they were saying. JR9, that is what they're saying, BC, about Hit Row. Yeah, so I'm right? I don't think anybody was throwing shade at Hit Row, and they got really offensive is what I'm hearing. Again, I don't do the whole thing, the whole interweb machine thing, but I think we all fucking like them, man. There's obviously, there's potential in them. Great athleticism in all of them. They all have athleticism, but they're also getting better by the day. So I think if you leave them in a group, they're just going to work and feed off of one another. What Vince is going to do, unfortunately, is he's going to separate them. So now they're not going to be able to be in the same storylines, in the same facet, and it's only going to be a detriment. Contract-wise, I think they're all signed to the same contracts, roughly the same amount of money. But I just don't agree with what Vince is going to do with them. That's the problem. So I don't know, man. That's what I'm gauging. I don't think anybody was truly dissing them, but they got kind of bent out of shape. But there could be people that don't think they're ready either. So I don't know. Let's ask right now, man. Let's ask the unit. Do you guys think that they're ready for the roster or not? Just a simple yes or no. Not yet. Not sure, says Iron. See what I mean, though? A lot of people don't even know Hit Row yet. So I think that's what a lot of people are saying. Could we not maybe hold off just a little bit? They didn't have to just bump up in the draft this quick. They were still trying to get their footing. They were just starting to get some respect in NXT, and then you just catapulted them. A lot of people are saying they're not ready. See what I mean? But I'm sure most of these people saying this, we still respect them. And one day we want to see them rip shit up on the main roster, but maybe now in the draft wasn't the time. War Dog, BFAB isn't ready, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'm seeing encouragement every week, but like I just told you guys, I'm seeing them get better actually on a lot of boxes. And that's what I mean. Just keep doing your thing. Keep getting better and better as the brand tries to be revitalized. I don't even know if that's possible. So yeah, most of you guys are saying the same thing. It's just too early. So yeah, so anyway, that was a super, right? Who was that? Hold on, let me get back to my supers. Hold on, who was that? Sheriff Rivers. So that's my thoughts on it. Again, I don't do the whole fucking interweb machine. I actually have a life. I'm doing things in the world. But for people that just, are online nonstop, man, and they were throwing shade over to Hit Row or just saying it wasn't time. Hit Row, from what I heard, got upset, and they put a lot of people on blast. So, but I didn't think it was ever disrespect to Hit Row. Sheriff Rivers, that's my thoughts, but I don't know the whole story, man. Enforcer 2K9 5 spot. What if WWE letting so many guys go was more calculated than it was dumb? Seems like now there's too many people in AEW to get anybody over. Well, Enforcer 2K9, whether that was the plan or not, I think it was just budget cuts because they are priming themselves to sell Nick Khan, Vince McMahon's right-hand man. It's all financial for him. And him and Vince McMahon are having meetings every fucking day, sometimes 3 or 4 a day. This is what we're hearing. And it's all financial, man. I'm not saying the dude's going to sell within the next calendar year, but every move they're making is to polish up the company so that if anybody calls, which everybody already said, Vince, Nick Khan, Stephanie, Triple H, they all said that if we get a phone call, we're absolutely going to listen. So if anybody calls, they have a polished company to present if they want to sell. So that's the main reason Enforcer 2K9. But on top of that, you remember when Vince said on the conference call, Vince said, maybe we can give Tony and AEW more talent of ours. Because in Vince's mind now, he thinks, hey, more, you're going to have the ship overcrowded and the ship will eventually sink because there's too much weight on that ship. So I'm sure Vince is so fucking egotistical. He thinks, yeah, Tony's going to fuck it all up. So far, Tony Khan has juggled everything beautifully, though. But there is going to come a time where he has to shut that door. Whether it's forbidden or not, that door has to be shut because there is too many people in that roster. Enforcer 2K9. Thank you, brother. Carlos Ray 5 spot. I'm calling it. Shayna wins Queen's crown. We just talked about that too, Carlos. I'd be down with it. It would be realistic. It's just afterwards, Carlos, you better give her the rocket because when she kicked ass in the Elimination Chamber, she was right back to jobber status within 90 days. That cannot happen. Carlos Ray. Thank you, dude. I think I got everybody somehow, man. You guys came rocking. No, hold on. There was a few more, actually. Hold on. There's more. Carlos with another 5er, man. Carlos Ray, man. Much love, respect, man. BC, it seems it's different this time. She's getting the push, so let's push her all the way in order to be seen as a threat to the title. Yeah, and I just said that, Carlos. These little breaking of the arms, I told you in the last couple of weeks, it's going to take more than that for people to latch on to Shayna again. They buried her so badly that people are laughing when she's breaking arms. They're not taking this seriously because she's been so badly hurt booking-wise. But Carlos, if they do keep this up and it leads to a Queen's Crown annihilation, then yeah, I'm totally with it, Carlos. Then you just let her get the rocket. But Carlos, like everything else, this depends on Vince doing it. Do we put enough faith in Vince? You, Carlos, would do it. BC would do it. Most of my amp unit would do it. Can we trust that Vince is going to do it? Carlos Ray, much love and respect. You know that, dude. Derek Fleming Jr., $4.99. What up, Derek? BC, my guy, just popping in on my lunch. We'll tune in later. Last night was terrible. Haha. I know you're about to rip this crap apart. Salute, Derek. Kick ass at work, man. Smash it out. Be the alpha at work, as always. And thank you for popping in just for a second, popping that up and showing that respect and love over to the channel in BC, man. Right back to you, Derek Fleming Jr. And yeah, Derek, I did rip it apart, but it's not just because it's a shtick of mine. You know that, Derek. You know what I mean? I mean, some people think it's just a shtick of mine to just rip this show apart. No. How I try to review this differently than anybody else in the community is I go segment by segment and I call out the logic and common sense first, or lack thereof. And then I get everybody on the same page. So nobody's arguing with one another because we literally see the logic gaps. So I try to review it with facts. And I like to think that people like you, Derek, you tune in because of those reasons. And that's what makes BC number one on this platform and in this community when it's all said and done. It's because you know damn well nobody reviews this shit like BC with as much facts as I drop. So, Derek, yeah, I rip it apart, but you know, man, it's always justified. Thank you, Derek Fleming Jr., man. Ashley Steggles under the 179. Likes going up. Who's causing all of this? Woo! Ashley Steggles, man. Thank you for popping in and showing that love, man. Who's causing all of this? That was old school. Ashley's talking about Ric Flair, man. Ric Flair used to always say that in his promos. Who's causing all of this? The Nature Boy. Yeah, thank you for all those ups too, man, guys, as we hit closer to 400 live. It'll help out the algorithm when we go up on the channel later with this review. Oh, hold on. That wasn't even it. Ashley Steggles, hold on. There was Otis Linkman up in here, man. I haven't seen Otis Linkman in a minute. What up, Otis? 5 spot. Well, WWE shot themselves in the foot by releasing so many people, so they had to call up Hit Row, Ridge, and others who aren't main roster ready. Yeah, I just think there was other options, but then we'd be saying the same thing, right, Otis? Like, we're saying Ridge Holland, really? But then if they took, like, somebody like fucking Tommaso, well, you can't do Tommaso. Tommaso's champ. But you take somebody like Cameron Grimes or an LA Knight. Like, I think we'd be saying the same thing, just differently. We'd be saying, oh, man, what the fuck? They were fine in NXT. You're revitalizing your brand, and now they're on the fucking main roster. They're going to be destroyed. So it's like WWE is just pigeonholing themselves at every corner. But at least if you go to the blue brand, Otis Linkman, you have a better chance. That's why I'm not so down on Xia Li. I'm pretty positive of Xia Li being on SmackDown, actually, because I know she'll be used better. But if you're one of these groups and you're being over to, for instance, where did Hit Row go again, guys? Hold on. Oh, Hit Row was Friday, so that's SmackDown, I believe. So, okay, they're going to have a better chance at least. If Hit Row is on Raw, forget about it. Ridge Holland, for instance, SmackDown. So, I mean, at least these cats are going to be used properly. When you see Gable Stevenson on Raw, good luck. Good luck, because most people don't even know who the fuck he is. And on top of that, he's on the worst show creatively in the history of television. So good luck with that shit. Otis Linkman, much love and respect, man. Thank you. Now, I think I got everybody. No, I did not. Oh, you guys are the fucking best, man. Hold on. There was actually more while I was going over that last one. Hold on. Juan de la Paz, 5 spot. Juan, is AEW doing anything for Brody's 1-year anniversary? If so, can we see Wyatt then? Imagine the impact. Well, Juan, they just did the Rochester tribute, the tribute night to Brody. When is the 1 year, guys? For Brody Lee, when is that 1 year? I don't know the exact date, so I don't want to put out anything false. I thought we had passed it already. Does anybody know? I got everybody kind of shocked right now. Nobody knows. Oh, was it this? Oh, it was before Christmas, wasn't it? Or after? The 26th of December is when he passed? So it was a day after Christmas? "26th of December. Then I'm going to say no then. Let me try to get back to that super. Hold on. The answer is no. Let me get the actual question. Juan with the 5 spies. AEW doing anything for Brody's 1-year anniversary? If so, can we see Wyatt then? Imagine the impact. Yeah, but Juan, it would be... like I always say, you can't use holidays as an excuse. I hate when people say the ratings were this way because of a holiday. No, if you were putting out a good product with shit that people wanted to see, fuck your holiday, fuck your presidential speech, fuck all of that shit. Fuck a big game. People are still going to want to tune into your product. But, hold on, there is an exception. Christmas. That is the one area where you kind of got to be, I mean, a rating will be affected, man. I think it would be a waste. And definitely pay tribute to Brody. That's not a waste. That should be being done. We love Brody. But to bring out Wyatt after all of this fucking suspense right around Christmas time. No, that is not what you do for for Brody. So I'm going to say no, Juan. Definitely do something for Brody, though, no doubt. But you can't have that done, man. You can't bring in Bray like that. Not at Christmas time. Nelly Nell, by the way. BC, you are more amazing than Raw. Nelly Nell, much love and respect over to you. Thank you for those words. Terrence Burrs, 5 spot. What up, Terrence? BC, if you have Sasha win at Crown Jewel, what do you do going forward with Bianca? Becky and Sasha has been getting the best of her for weeks. True, but Terrence, you know that Becky, for instance, she's on Raw. Bianca's on Raw. Sasha's on SmackDown. So they have to, that's it for them. The belt has to go with Sasha because the belt is the SmackDown Championship. So that's why I say that, Terrence. So you know she has to win a Crown Jewel. Otherwise, the only other option is you flip the belts. And that's so stupid and tells everyone you had nothing planned. So it's not just me saying that. That just has to be done. Sasha has to win that. Then when you see, it depends on how you have Xia Li coming in. For instance, Sasha Banks versus Xia Li, Terrence Burrs, excites the fuck out of me. I will literally pay double the money at the pay-per-view. Whatever pay-per-view it fucking is. I'll purchase it if Xia Li is taking on Sasha Banks or a match like that. Because it's one of those things where not only is it fresh, but you know it's going to deliver. So, and off the jump, you're getting everybody used to Xia Li who didn't watch NXT. Because there's going to be a lot of people that don't know Xia. So, Terrence Burrs, my short answer is you have to leave Bianca and Becky have to go over to Raw and leave that alone for Sasha. Sasha wins the championship. That's fine. You're asking what her next feud is. Let the first one be Xia Li. Let's open this right from the gates with something huge to really feel like a shakeup. That's what I would do, Terrence. Ashley Steggles, 179. I don't trust Vince to run a bath, let alone a... Ashley Steggles. No doubt, man. Every time Vince gets in the shower, man, Linda McMahon has to be right there, dude. That's cold water, Vince. I know, damn it. That's what I meant to do. 2 minutes later, get in here, Linda. I don't want cold water. Ashley Steggles. Reginald Rumble. Reginald with a 5-spot coffee. I do not understand the women's title picture with 3 heels and 1 face and the championships on different brands. No way Vince doesn't screw this up. Well, he already has, Reginald. You're saying it yourself. The whole thing is fucked up. In fact, Reginald, fuck who's heel and face. What's even worse, Reginald Rumble, is the fact that most of these characters, we don't know if they're face or heel every week. Like, when they did the video package of Shayna Baszler breaking the arm of Nia, at the end of the video package, they had everybody in slow motion booing Shayna. So that tells you they want you to believe that Shayna is the heel. However, all she did was break the arm of another heel that there's no connection with, Nia. That's why everybody was laughing at it. The following week, she broke the arm of Eva Marie, who most of the fan base wants to see out of WWE. So we laughed again. We didn't know if she's supposed to be the heel or the face. Charlie Flair, we never know if she's supposed to be heel or face because they use her to adapt to any scenario or situation. If she can get a pop, Vince is going to have her get a pop, even though she's a heel. She'll cut heel promos, but then she'll be in a match booked like a face. Sasha Banks even. You don't know if Sasha is heel or face ever anymore because it's so weird who everybody is attacking. If I'm a fan, if I'm a new fan that maybe is younger and I don't understand pro wrestling and I don't have all this logic and common sense yet, I'm still befuddled and I'm confused. As a fan, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I mean, we should be lucky because we're older and we do understand logic and common sense and we just know that it's just wrong. But to just be confused, that would be the shits. And that's what a lot of today's wrestling fans are, man. They're just confused. So Reginald Rumble, that's a long-winded answer, man, but you're exactly right. And it just opens up Pandora's box to so much more bullshit. Hold on, man. Hold on. Reginald Rumble, I got you, man. Did I get caught up finally? Dude, I think I may have gotten caught up. You guys came rocking, man. I think I got caught up. So for all my supers, man, all the rounds of supers, this was more fun than the rounds of drafts over the weekend, man. You guys are the absolute fucking best, man. Yeah, Jeremiah, thank you. We got caught up, dude. I don't even fucking know how, but we did it, man. Yeah, JDE says, I really don't want Sasha losing at Mania again. That would be 0-7. You're exactly right, JDE. So if you do see Charlotte and Sasha in the future in a main event, for instance, which was what we talked about earlier, if that match ever happened, could you imagine Sasha losing again? Not just to Charlie again, but at WrestleMania, bro. Fucking oh, man. Oh, man. Fucking oh, fucking A, fucking oh. So anyway, man, have we hit 2 hours on this stream? 2.5? What the fuck? Dude, we've been shooting the shit for 2.5 hours. Are you kidding me? Damn, man. That was a long damn. I tried to get you guys out of here in about a half an hour. Ashley Steggles, super chat, RKO, man. Ashley right in at the end. The title's not being defended, though. No title is on the line, but Ashley, thanks for that last second RKO, brother. 179. You guys are the best, man. Swig to all you guys, man. Salute to all you guys, man. We'll do this again in the near future, man. AEW's coming up with Dynamite, and we got, of course, SmackDown. The new rosters aren't kicking in yet. That's not until after Crown Jewel. So you're still going to see the same shit. But we'll have that review later in the week as well. Thank you guys for everybody that took a moment just to smash that up as we head toward 400. You guys are the best, and that greatly helps the algorithm, man. Even the bitch boy Bradens, you guys, whether you knew it or not, you help the algorithm as well. So it works all the way around, man. Much love to all you guys, man. JDE, Big Nang, Blueprint Nation was up in here. Blueprint, good to have you back. War Dog, Daniel, Nelly Nell, Trev Rains, Malavant Bunny, Sir Charles up in this bitch. Renee G, Robert Hurt, TKG, Jer9 Gaming. Thanks for all the questions answered for that BC had to ask you, brother. Jer9 Gaming. Carlos, obviously. Eddie, Fury 9000, Tony Partita, TV Fanatic 342, Blitzball Champ was up in this bitch. Haven't seen Blitzball in a second. Antoine Freeman, Wrestling Reeds. I got Iron Riaz, I believe. Carlton Bartley, Reginald Remble. Fuck, man. I'm on a delay. Lucas Allen, Redhead Kingpin 27, Dave Mealy, King Wrestling, Clutch City Fan, War Dog. Whoo. Who was that? Tyrone. Yeah, I got Blueprint for sure, man. The fourth one. And all you guys, man. Alexander, all you guys. I'm on a delay, man. I can't get everybody. I wish I could, but I can't. Ashley Steggles, all my super chat VIPs, man. All you guys, honestly, for taking a moment to send a coffee over to BC's way, man. Never needed, but always appreciated. So thank you guys, man. For the supers. Mr. Black Ice 22. Fuck yeah. PB Silla Pride. I got Carlos for sure. Bakayuka. Baka. Renee G still with us. Fuck yeah. Red Team Go. You know it, Clutch City. Dante Jared, no doubt. Big Nang's up in this bit. By the way, Big Nang with that 5 spot right here. Sub BC. Damn, I'm late. Better than never, though. We'll check the vid later. Missed Raw in chat due to Monday Night Football. Go Chargers. Yeah, what a W, man. It looked like the Raiders were coming back at first. Big Nang, I saw too, the last couple of streams, you came in at the tail end with a super chat. And I was already off by then. But I did check them out, Big Nang. So thank you for the past supers as well. Big Nang. Much love and respect. Fuck, man. Everybody's, man. Yeah, BC's Blue Marker. Your marker. BC's Blue Marker. I got Renee. Renee, thank you, Carlos, for getting Renee up. Kidding, Renee. Kidding. Christopher Blackshear as well. Juan de Lopez. I don't know when the title's going to be up. When we don't have a 2.5 hour stream, maybe Juan. Carlton Bartley right at the end, man. Carlton with a 5 spot says Tony Storm versus Charlotte versus Sasha versus Xia Li. Take my damn money. Now, Carlton, I hate schmaz matches, but that sounds like 4 that would tear the fucking roof off the place. So, Carlton, I probably would be down with that as well. Xavier 2882. Much love and respect. Raw sucks. I love it. Trev Range, check you. I'm on a delay, man. I wish I could get yeah, man. You guys know how it is on this too, man. They kept me on a fucking delay, and there's a lot of you guys coming in at once. But anyway, I'm gonna do this. all of my motherfuckers out there, including SOS, who I think had to take off first, Jennifer Pierce and William F. and Jazz, NJPW Girl. All my tried and trues that weren't able to make it in, man. SoundCloud, TJD the Dawn, TJG the Dawn. I think I got that correct. SoundCloud. Sorry if I muffed it. We're 2 hours and 35 minutes in this bitch. But all my tried and trues, man. Unique Butterfly for sure. Fuck, man. Undisputed. If you're fine, I haven't seen Undisputed in a fight. But all my past tried and trues, man, and my current tried and trues for making this channel just rock, man. So that's it. Have I kept you here long enough? For now, the Amplified Man saying check you later. Coffees and ass whoopings. We'll do it again later in the week. Check you. Now, Amp Style, man. Check you.